it, and nothing can stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible now before the moment flies.
All right. It is Wednesday night, and we are Love Crossing Borders. We got a great topic for you, Andrea and Andrea's Love Crossing Borders, that is. We got a great show and a great topic for you tonight. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This one's going to be so good that we already know.
Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oprah coming next. Shout out to all you guys that are here, that are with us live already. Forgive me for being late getting everything set up, but a shout out to my man straight out the gate, Tevin King, with the $20 super sticker for the love of the game. Just for the love of the game. No comment, just for the love of the game, in the words of our man, the lead attorney. We got a great topic tonight. We're going to be talking about some of the mistakes that we make when we're older dudes trying to date younger women in other countries. We don't get everything right. One thing we know about being an older dude, you don't know everything. And if you think you know everything as an older dude, that's what they always call an old fool. An old fool is a dude that think he knows everything and can't nobody tell him nothing. But most of us, we already know that we are not old fools, and we still have a lot to learn about this thing called life. And there are some mistakes that many of us have made when it comes to dating younger women. So we're going to talk about that tonight. It's tax season, so we're going to talk about tax season for expats. So we'll be discussing that as well. So for some of you that are planning on living outside the country of the United States in the future, we're going to talk about some of the things that you'll find out when it comes to tax season not being as strenuous as it usually is when you're living in the States. So we're going to talk about that. But before we get started, let's get ready to do these shout outs. Let's get ready to rumble. I hope that I'm looking clear. Let me make sure how I'm looking right now. All right, your boy's looking good. It's looking good. All right. There we go. All right. There we go. Let me go over here back to StreamYard and give the shout outs to you gentlemen. Like my man, Poor Man 313.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Don't play with me. You know them Detroit boys. You know how they act. You know how they get down. Shout out to you being here, brother. Also, my man, Global Homie, he said, what's up, everyone? I hope everyone is blessed or being blessed. Yes, sir. Because, hey, let's keep Texas in prayer, because Texas and Oklahoma, that wildfire that's going on. Yes, I keep up on some of the things that's going on in the States. Goodness gracious. One woman said her and her husband left over the night because of the wildfire that was taking place, came back the next day. All their home and all their belongings were nothing but ashes. So just keep those individuals in Texas as well as Oklahoma in prayer, because they're saying that this is the 5th largest wildfire in Texas history. Shout out to my man Stefano in the building. Shout out to you being here, brother. Hola, mi gentes. Shout out to you guys. Let me get some music for us. I knew something was missing. Something was just not right. It's just one thing, I have to admit it. Let's get us some music going, guys. Let's see what we got. Oh, we got some smooth music. Okay, we doing it smooth tonight. It's Wednesday night. Let's drop that down just a little bit. All right, it's just gonna be a smooth night tonight. There we go. For all you Chicago steppers, Detroit steppers, Midwest dancers, you Cleveland steppers, all you DC steppers, DMV, you know what I'm talking about. All you hand dancers, this goes out to you. Keep it smooth, baby. Keep it smooth. My man LJ is in the building. Shout out to you, brother, for being here. Oh yeah, LJ's in here along with my man Keithan. Checking in from Tampa.
We in Tampa, 813, Trigger City. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Them Tampa boys at it again. They at it again. My man Darth at it. Ola and Mersos. Yes, sir. Hola to you, kind sir, as well. It's a great evening. Buenas noches. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to my man Dave being in the building. Let's go, fam. Once again, this is a great topic that we got
in
tonight.
Tampa, 813,
I hit the wrong one.
Trigger City. Let's get it.
That's the one I want to hit for you, David. Shout out to you and my other brother, David, who's always here. David says, salute, Andre and family. Happy hump day. We're getting over that hump, guys. Some of you guys only got a couple days of work left before you go on your vacation, or some of you just got a couple days work, a couple days left just to get off work. Either way, guys, this is hump day. So let's do the Humpty Hump and get this out of the way, get this day out of the way. Happy monk mode day for all you gurus out there. Happy monk mode day. I already know, guys. Shout out to you guys that are men that are on monk mode are men that are normally focused. You're at that stage of life or stage within the year. You say, you know what? This time of life, I'm just going to be focused. I ain't got no time to be chasing the coochies all day. I ain't got no time to be chasing the next pair of Jordans just coming out. The new Iversons coming out. I ain't got no time to be chasing that. My days are dedicated to stacking, creating new streams of income and stacking. That's monk mode. Creating new streams of income and taking the money that you make and invest it in other ways. For example, cryptocurrency that's killing the game right now. Goodness gracious. Have y'all followed Bitcoin and all the other cryptocurrencies over the past couple of weeks? If you ain't got your cryptocurrency, boy, you do. Hey, we've already done enough episodes on it. We're going to have Joey as well as Los come back on in a couple of weeks. I'm trying to get these guys back on. But actually, I need to get them back on within the next few days because cryptocurrency is killing it. Killing it. You got Bitcoin right now over what, 61, on its way to 62 from 22 just a few months back. Yeah, keep on sleeping. Keep on spending your money instead of investing it. Shout out to my man Jay Fleming. Make sure you guys subscribe to Jay's channel. Make sure you subscribe to Jay's Fleming channel. Remember tonight's topic once again. It's about us older dudes. Yeah, a lot of you guys don't know. Technically, midlife is 37. Age 37. You thought midlife was 50? Oh no, especially not for you brothers of color. No, midlife for most men in the United States, no matter what race, color, or creed, is 37. Yeah, I know. It may not feel like a crisis, but that's midlife, bruh. So at the end of the day, you are considered the older guy that a woman is dating. You're the older guy. That's what my point is. But make sure you guys subscribe to Jay's channel. My man Charles is in the building, Mr. Moreland of the Moreland family. Good evening, gents. Good evening, kind sir. Cologne of the night. It's an all right cologne. It's not something to write home about. It's not super strong. It was a blind buy. I just wanted to see how it smelled. It's John Vivartos. And it is, I hope you guys can see that. There it is. It is vintage. Some of you guys have seen it. It's been around for a while. And it's not one of my... you know what this is? This is a good going to sleep cologne. It doesn't project much. It's a good sex cologne too. It has a great smell. Oh man, nice pepper note in there. But it doesn't project far. It's not one of those that's going to make the person laying next to you feel like, why you got so much cologne on? It's not one of those. It's very good for going to sleep, or it's a good sex cologne. I call colognes that are good sex colognes or good sleeping colognes that are colognes that you can wear that even in the middle of intimacy, they're still kind of like subtle. They're very soft. They don't project and bounce off the room like a Baccarat 540. Baccarat is not good for intimacy. It is too loud for you to be having some sex with somebody wearing Baccarat 540. Sorry, guys. That's for clubbing and in larger venues, concerts. Or if you go into a restaurant, but not in the bedroom. But this one is a good bedroom scent. Good bedroom scent. Once again, we're going to look at it. It is John Varvatos, and it is, there we go, vintage. It is not expensive at all. I have this one by him, and I have, now this one is really good. This one is Ariston Far. I forget how you pronounce it, but this, oh wow, almost dropped it. But because of the little ridges, but this is the other one by him, and it's let's look at the cap. Let me see if I can turn that cap towards you guys to where you can see what the title of it is. So let's make that better. It's kind of weird name. It's Artisan Pure. I'm sorry. Artisan Pure. That's what it is. Artisan Pure. So this is the other one by John Varvatos. These two. So let me move these out of the way before I made a mistake and drop it again. I almost got my finger caught in one of the ridges right here. That's how I almost dropped it. Millimeters from dropping it. Okay. Cologne of the night. EMB in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Buenas noches. Good evening to you as well, kind sir. And World Travel 70. What up to you, kind sir? Glad that you're here. He says, Uncle Dre, now that you've mentioned that it's tax season, I'm about to sue my security company for back pay. Get that money, brother. Get that money. We're going to take a quick look at what you're expected to have as an expat during tax season. We're going to take a look at that, and then we're going to get into our main topic of mistakes that a lot of older men make when they're dating younger women in other countries. Now, this is not the rule or the law. I'm laying down the law of the land. Of course, there is always difference in situations and circumstances that everybody is in. So sometimes guys hear me say something, they think that I'm just saying it's just the law of the land, thus saith the king type of thing, but it's not. So everybody's situation and circumstances of how we handle relationships and dating or networking with people or women in other countries, in other words, is different. But right now, we're going to take a look in a split second. What is not different is how we all should be handling our taxes. If you plan on living in another country, even if you're not living in another country right now, this information is for you. And right now, we've got 64 people in the building. Make sure you guys click that like button. 65. Make sure you guys click that like button. That invites other individuals into the live stream. Thank you very much, guys, for doing that. Thank you very much. All right, let's continue on with the shout outs. Charles also says, I have to check these wildfires because I didn't see them back. He said, I didn't see them driving back from OKC. I think they just, like over the last few hours, start slowly trickling into OKC from what I saw on the news just an hour ago. You say, what's the word of the day, huh? You're trying to get me for the word. I do have a book here, kind sir. I have been studying. I have been doing my homework. read, write, and speak Spanish. I have been doing my homework. So just give me a couple weeks, guys, and I'm on your team. Especially you, MB. I'm going to be ready for you. The great one says, be blessed and always stay blessed. Ray from the D.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
You know how them Detroit boys act. You know how we get. Back up. Don't play with them. East side, west side, south side, north side. You know how they act. You know how them Detroit boys get. He said, you know, you got to hit us with that sin of the day. I just got you with the sin of the day, Dale. I just hooked you up with the sin of the day, guys. And I'll do it again a little bit later. Yeah, not only Bitcoin. He said only Bitcoin. XRP isn't going up. I don't know what's going on with Bitcoin, but it is rallying. Hassani in the building. Shout out to you, brother, for being here. Greetings to you and greetings to the chat. Shout out to you. As well as my man, William. Always showing the love. I appreciate you being here, brother. You say Johnny D. Oh, Johnny V. That's oh, that is grown. Now, that I can say his sense, these are for grown-ass men. That I can attest to. These are grown men scent. If you're in Colombia and you got on, if you're just wearing a polo shirt, these are not made, his brands are not for t-shirts. These are for a polo shirt or a button-down shirt. I can say that. And if you're wearing a polo or a button-down shirt, you got a nice pair of slacks on, you got some clean sneaks or some hard bottoms, you're a grown man, you got a little gray showing. That's what his colognes are. I can't say that. There is nothing under 30 about his colognes. These colognes are not made for Austin Holloman in his age sector. They're made for men over 30. That's without a doubt. I'm glad you said that, Dale. These are grown man fragrances. Not saying that a younger guy can't pull them off, but a younger guy can't pull them off. They don't smell old. They're just mature, very they're very mature scents. They don't smell like they belong on an old man, but they don't smell like they belong on a young dude under 30 years old living a wild life. It doesn't come across like that. He said, yeah, I saw that too. It was heartbreaking. Up on Clouds said, OG, got my notepad. Oh, we got a good one today. Once again, today's topic is mistakes that foreign men make, and just men in general make when it comes to dating younger women. And one of the mistakes is, just to give you guys an early synopsis, is that we make the mistake of leading with our money when it comes to younger women. We think that that's the only reason why younger women are attracted to older men. Let me ask you this question, and I want you to put it in the comments if you have an answer. Name the society in which throughout history, younger women have not been attracted to older men. Whether he was a few years older, or in my case, a couple of decades older. Historically, younger women have always been with an older man in the grand scheme of things. Now, we've always had situations throughout history where there was a older woman with a younger man, but can you name a society? Because I can't name an era, a country, a culture, a society where younger women weren't with older men. Many of you guys who were married, your wife was a few years younger than you, wasn't she? Whether it be by 3 years, whether it be by 10 or 15 years, she was always younger. Some guys married an older woman by a year or two, but for the most part, we were always the older one. Did we have to be lavish with dollars all the time? No, we didn't. But one of the mistakes that guys are making when they come to other countries, they assume that us being older men, that social norm won't exist, and that we have to lavish women with money in order for them to want us. That's not true. Historically, that's not true. Culturally, that's not true. I have yet to go to a country and I didn't see an older man walking with a younger woman. Like I said, whether it was by a couple years, whether it was in high school, where the seniors were smashing the sophomores and the juniors, whether it was in college, where the guys getting their master's degrees were smashing the sophomores and the juniors, whether it was guys like me that worked for colleges that were smashing the college students and the staff and the faculty and the board. Hey, I made my rounds. My point is that for many of us, we've always had a younger woman in our lives. It's just that now we have decided to expand those numbers by not just have it by a couple of years, by have it by maybe 5 or 10 years. So what am I saying? One of the mistakes that men who are older, remember I just said midlife is actually 37 in the United States for most men. You are the older man. Get comfortable with the fact that you may be dating younger women. I'll say that again. If you're in your 60s, there's nothing wrong with dating a woman that's 51, 41, 37. You're the older dude. I know if I wasn't with Andrea, my number would be between probably 25 and 35. And that's if I didn't want to have any children. 25 and 35. And I'm 57 this year. Why? Because historically, that's what society always expected of me anyway. To be the stable older man, and she be the woman that was fertile for the moments in life that I want to have a child. One of the reasons I just told Andrea a couple of days ago, one of the reasons why I married a younger woman is because it gave us time to build a marriage for 5 years, going on 6 years. This will be our 5th year of marriage. And she's not even 30 yet, which gives us a substantial amount of time to now discuss expanding the family. But if I had married somebody that was 37, would I have been able to have, I would have had less of a chance to have a healthy child compared to marrying somebody in their 20s. But we're going to talk about some mistakes that men make. Shout out to my man, New in the building. Walter Cade from Thailand. Hit that like button. Shout out to them Thailand boys. We can't wait to get out there this year. And my man Timothy in the building. He said, didn't get a notification. Anyway, hello, family. Hello to you, Tim. Thank you for being here, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. And the great one says, when are you going to show, when you're going to do a show on only colognes? Okay, guys, do me a favor. Put a 1 in the comment section real quick, because I've been thinking about this. If you want me to not only do a show that focuses on colognes, but I'm thinking about bringing some of the top YouTubers about colognes, like Jensense, the Bowtie Fragrance guy, a couple of other guys that are out there that are really good when it comes to colognes. And I'm thinking about bringing them on as guests to talk about colognes, what colognes would they take with them when they're traveling, and how they feel about colognes, because colognes are killing the game right now. So put a 1 in the comment section. I'll get down to it in a moment. If you guys want me to start doing some colognes or colognes only, because I noticed there are a lot of cologne collectors that follow us as well. Shout once again to my man Stefano. He said in regards to the PayPal and the Cash App. Thank you guys early in advance for all PayPal and Cash App donations. Appreciate that. And my man Beards World for all those beard wearers in the building. He said, all right. Yes, sir. And Brian Brandy in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Peace and blessings, King. Would you say Colombian Cupid is a waste of time? I said this earlier on Obsidian's show when it comes to dating apps. If you are searching for women under the age of 30, I would say 36 or 37, don't do it. I want to say this again. If you're on any dating app, Tinder, Bumble, you're hitting up a lady on Instagram or Facebook, I highly recommend using Instagram and Facebook to reach out to Colombian women. Y'all doing it wrong. Use those, because Colombian women they really put who they are on Facebook and Instagram. So if she's a good woman, you'll see family photos. You'll see if she's got any kids. You'll see her graduating from this and accomplishing that at work. You'll see all that on Instagram and Facebook. You'll get a chance to see what her coworkers look like, or her family members, or what they're like. You get a chance to see everything on Instagram and Facebook. Why y'all still using dating apps? I do not know. If it were me, I'd be an Instagram, Facebook type dude. I'd be hitting up Colombianas that way. And there are websites or dating groups on Facebook. We need to, you know what? Yeah, we're going to do a show on that. Online dating with Facebook and IG in other countries. We're going to do that episode. Because I'm telling you, that's a great niche. Now, as far as Colombian Cupid, great question, even though you spelled Colombia wrong, and Andrea will. Yeah, you better be happy Andrea's not here. Or another Colombian was here. You spelled, it's 2 O's, no U's when spelling Colombia. It's a waste of time to me if you're not doing two things. First of all, if you are just using Colombian Cupid or any app in general, and you are looking for somebody under the age of 37, that's when the gambles come in. Under the age of 35, that's when the true gambles come in. That's when they're drugging you. That's when you're getting set up. That's when you're getting robbed. That's when dudes getting deleted. It is not older women that they're arresting. You catch that? Okay. It is not women over the age of 37 that you're seeing on the scopolamine Facebook groups when I show you the photos. Right? Okay, here we go. Let's do it like this. Y'all think I'm kidding. Let's go to Facebook and let's go to the group. I'm gonna pull it up right now, my brethrens, because y'all know I like to have receipts. I know other guys like to cry, Andre, but nope. I come with receipts. I do not like to play around and act like I know everything, or if I say something, it is, no, Andre, that's not true. Yeah, it is. Let's go to receipts. That was a good question, brother. So we're right here. And we're looking at the scopolamine Facebook group. Okay, let me move the comment out the way, Brian. Let's scroll down. And we can look at media. Let's look at the photos. These are all the women that have drugged somebody. Okay, that's what this website is dedicated to. So these aren't the women that you want to date. Let's look at, does this woman look like she's 37 or 35? No. She's 23. Let's keep going. Let's not even look at the videos yet of guys getting got. Let's just scroll through. Venezuelan chick. Scoped the dude. Okay, does that look like that's 35 or 37? Oh, it doesn't? But she scoped somebody. What about that? That's 35 or 37. That's the dude that died. This is supposed to be his girlfriend. Brazilian. Oh, they're in Brazil. But there's a chick that does that look 35 or 37? Maybe 31, 32. What about this? That's 27. All these women I'm showing you scoped somebody. Scoped and robbed somebody. These are not women that could have. This website is on this Facebook page are women that actually did it. I'm going to say this again. These women actually did it. That's 37 years old right there. That looks like that's 37. That doesn't even look like it's 27. It's 24. 24 again. That's her again. That's her once more. Now that looks like somebody that's yeah. There's gonna always be one in the crowd. If whoever allow her to get him, you deserve to get got. If you let that into your Airbnb, you deserve to get got. Goodness gracious, that was August 2023, man. When women say y'all will sleep with anything, this is what they mean right here. When they say men will sleep with anything, this is proof that we will sleep with anything. Goodness gracious, man. That's 24. Does that look like that's 30 something? She got somebody's. Sophia scoped somebody. Yeah, I see you, Sophia. 19 scoped somebody. $21 scoped somebody. All these women did it. 23. What's my point? After showing you guys all that. Did I just show you one that was 35 and over, except for maybe the ugly one, that scoped men? My point is, if I were on a website at this stage, I'm talking to all you 50-year-olds plus. If I'm using a website, Tinder, Bumble, any of those, other than Facebook and Instagram, there is no way in the world I'm dealing with somebody under the age of 35. I got to meet them face to face, and I probably 9 times out of 10 meet them on their job. She probably was doing something on her job, and we exchanged numbers, and I meet her after work. Or I met her at an event. I'm out here at the bowling alley, and I just so happened to see her walk by, and I got her information. I'm on a tour in Medellin. And as I'm doing the tour, the group tour, she's a part of it, and we exchange numbers. But I am not going to meet somebody under the age of 35 online. It's too dangerous. I'll say it again, it's too dangerous. Remember when Ace Live did the Tinder video? Tinder video on Cali that blew up. And he was on the roof, on the terrace up here. Me and him was on that terrace. And a lot of you guys still sit back and say, Andre, I remember you from the Ace Live video. The Tinder in Cali. The person that blew up that video was the woman that was 44 years old in Cali, Colombia. And she was on Tinder. And Ace swiped, and her body was flawless, pretty as can be. She had photos of herself, her family, her workout gym, everything. And that video blew up, not because of all the young women that were on that video, but because of the beautiful 44-year-old woman. And I see those women walking around Cali all the time. I see some of the most beautiful women that are over 35 that you've ever seen in your life. Do not judge 35 in South America by the standards of over 35 in North America. North America 35, I got you. I see what y'all working with. Yeah. South American over 35, completely different animal. She's more career established. She probably owns a couple of pieces of property. Her kids are probably in their, if not in their late, going into puberty. They're past the stage of puberty, already in their teens. So they're no longer like 11 or 10 years old. They're or 12 years old. They're probably more like 15 years old. So she can spend time with you instead of having to look for a babysitter. But a lot of guys want to get the ones that's in the 20s. And you know you don't want to have any more kids anyway. Once again, I said the benefit of me of having somebody younger was I knew I wanted to establish a family. But if you know that you at that point in life that you don't want to have any more kids, why you keep running to women in their 20s? When you got ones in their 30s that look just as sexy and less childish and less dangerous. I didn't show you one woman that scope. Come on, let's go back. We can go back. I don't have a problem with that. Let us go back. We were looking at, let me scroll over to where we were. Let's go back. Up, somebody, I don't know who she is, but that doesn't look 37 either. She's 23. The one we just looked at with the ID, 23. Now this is her again. "21. That's her again. All these women scope somebody. I'm yet to see somebody that's over 35 scope somebody. And yet you guys go online and you run to the young ones. So if it were me going online, we got 100 people in the building. Make sure you guys click that like button. One thing we're doing right now, guys, I'm answering the question by my man Brian. He says, would you say Colombian Cupid, Colombia is spelled with 2 O's, is a waste of time? We're going to get to the topic of mistakes that older men are making when it comes to younger women. So I would personally say that if I were to go online, it wouldn't be looking for younger women. They would be younger than me. They wouldn't be in their 50s. They probably would not be 45. If I kid you not, if I was looking for a woman that I'm at 57, I could say this. Now my number is between 25 and 35, and that's to build a family. But if some of you guys that don't want to get married again, and you're my age, I would be looking between 35 and 45. I would be looking between 35 to 45 because in South America, you can find some of the most attractive women that you have ever seen in your life that still look like they are in their 20s, but yet have the maturity of a woman in her 30s and 40s. Many of them aren't looking to jump a broom. They ain't looking to get married. They already did that dance, or they already had a situation where they had a baby father where they just don't want to deal with that. And if you do want to get married, so be it. But this automatic, I'll say this again, this making it like just add water or making it automatic that when you come to South America, you have to chase somebody under 30. Who says? Some of the happiest brothers I know are with some of the hottest chicks I know over 35. I'll say that again. Some of the happiest brothers that I have met here in Cali, Colombia. Many of them, not all, but many of them that are my age, the over 50 crowd, are with women that are 35 and 40, and they are happy as can be. And I'm telling you, their women look good. So whoever is spreading this lie throughout South America, whether it be in Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, Chile, Colombia, whoever is spreading that lie that if you're an older man, you have to be with somebody in their 20s, that is a myth and a lie. This is not North America. If I lived in North America, I'd be like near Leonardo DiCaprio. I gotta turn them in at 25, because I know after 25, North American women, they basically gonna fall apart on you like an old car. You know how we say when you get a new car, you either gonna be making car payments or car repairs? Yeah, that's the United States. But women in South America, we all can attest who've been here, these women have ability to hold their value when it comes to looks. So don't make the mistake of assuming that you have to be with somebody younger. So no, Colombia Cupid is not a waste but it is a waste if you're trying to deal with women under the age of 35. Now, the other thing, I said two things that I would recommend. The second thing that's a waste with Colombian Cupid, if you are not, this is important because we did this video a few months back, actually last year. If you are not using the advanced settings, you are wasting your time on Colombian, Dominican, African, all of those Cupids. It's the same franchise. All those Cupid websites, you are Philippine Cupid, European Cupid. If you are not using those three dots on the side, on the top right-hand side, once you pay for a membership, and even if you keep that membership for 1 month, and you do not use the advanced settings. Why advanced settings, Andre? Because the advanced settings on Colombian Cupid allows you to choose height, hair color, hair length, eye color. Is she married or not? What's her religious affiliation? What's her zodiac sign? What type of job or career does she have? It gives you like 15 choices of the type of career that you want a woman to be in. Does she work full-time? Does she work part-time? Does she have kids? If she has kids, does she live with those kids? Does she live by herself or not by herself? You get a chance to, you literally get a laundry list. Does she knows only Spanish, fluent in English, part English? You get to choose all this. And once you choose it, instead of having 30,000 women throughout Colombia or Colombian Cupid to choose from, it narrows it down to like 20. But here you go. I want more than 20, Andre. I want more than 20. All you need is a couple of them to be exactly what you're looking for. Now, if you plan on going on Colombian Cupid and Tinder and acting a dang fool, you don't need my advice. I'm talking to mature audiences only. You use that advanced setting, you ain't got to spend hours up there. Ooh, I want her. Ooh, she fine. I want her. Ooh, I want that one right there. No. Because most of the time on Colombian Cupid, 90% of the ones that you choose with your eyes are never the ones that really are the ones that can relate to you as far as dating, networking, hanging out with. I ain't even talking about something serious. I'm just talking about hanging out with. And then when you get with them, then you mad at yourself because she either flaked you on a date, or she didn't, or she just didn't show, or she showing up late, or she trying to hustle you for a few dollars. That's you. You went on Colombian Cupid and you scrolled and you went for the beauty and the booty. You did that instead of using the advanced settings. That's why I'm saying this to grown men, because grown men can hear what I'm saying. All you dudes that don't want to hear what I'm saying, go ahead, keep on going to Colombian Cupid. Keep on going on Tinder and Bumble and all that stuff. I'm telling y'all how it's done. You can find some dude. I was talking today, me and Pablo Frescobar. Make sure you subscribe to the brother's channel. He's always in Medellin, almost every other month. And one of the things that I said to him, and he kind of confirmed it, it will amaze you how many people in Colombia speak English but just don't have anybody to practice with. One of the reasons why my Spanish is trash. Y'all ready? We already know one part of it is just being lazy when it comes to my Spanish. Everything else I'm on par. Spanish, come on, Dre, get it together. But another reason is every time I get ready to say something in Spanish, they break out in their English, and they're so happy to have somebody to practice their English with. Whether it be I've had women that I've gone to the gym with, and they're the staff members for months. Haven't said anything. Hello, goodbye. I keep it pushing. The one time that I need some help from them when my card wasn't working, as soon as I get ready to use my little Spanish to practice EMB, they break out in their English. And they're so happy to use their English. Watch this. And it happens to me over and over and over again throughout Colombia. There are so many Colombians that speak English. They just don't have enough people here to practice. So when they see you or see me, they're going to break into their English. Why did I say that? Don't assume that the woman that you're dating in Colombia may not know any English. But if you use the Colombian Cupid app and you request partly English or fluent in English, it'll put those people or those women right in your lap. So as soon as you meet her, there is no, man, I wonder if we could be able to communicate. Well, she's fluent in English. Why? Because that's what you requested on Colombian Cupid advanced setting. And now she can help you with your Spanish. But you guys keep going to Colombian Cupid. You go to Colombian Cupid part where it says the beauty of the week. And so you click on that. I know what y'all doing. Then you click on beauty of the week. And ain't nothing but the finest chicks that over 5,000 dudes a day send them a message in their DMs. And you like, ooh, she found. I'm going to send her message. I'm going to send her message. Then you go to Colombian Cupid and you cut and paste your messages. Cut and paste. Copy and paste. I know what you do. You copy and paste the same message to every hot chick. And then when these peanut head hot chicks rob you, and then you want to scratch your head like, what happened? I don't see how dudes, I'm going to tell y'all something in all sincerity. I know I'm going to, off the beaten path a little bit, but I don't understand how dudes over 50 get robbed. If you are over 50 years old, your age window should be the 30s and early 40s. If you are 55 years old, your age window, and like I said, unless you're looking to have a child, and y'all may not be getting married, you're just looking to have somebody to have a child with, like Taylor Made Dreams did at 60. Remember, he did at 59, 60. In DR, the person that he was dating, dating was a younger woman, but young enough to have a healthy child. If you're looking for that, I understand why you're dating younger. And if you're looking for a younger woman for entertainment, because the perkiness, I got you. But in Colombia, now you got to think about safety. You can't just think about perkiness. You got to think about safety too. And the most dangerous ones are the perkiest ones. So sometimes you gotta make a trade-off. You know what? I'm gonna get one that's over the age of 35. She may not be as perky as the one that's 25, but I'll take those breasts and they're a lot safer. And in Colombia, they ain't sagging to the ground. You ain't gonna see too many sagging to the grounds like you see in the States. It ain't too many of y'all done had a Colombian woman take her clothes off and she was sagging. Stop me when I'm lying. That's why I was saying about this Colombian Cupid. If you're going to use it, if it were me, only women over the age of 35. Because they are so attractive here that you're like, oh yeah, I can see that. And, or use the advanced settings. So even if you get a younger woman, you know if she has a full-time job or not. You know if she speaks English or not. You know her religious affiliation. You know if she lives with her parents or not. Here in Cali, Colombia, I see so many sisters driving up and down the street. Some of y'all ain't never been with nobody that drives. I'll say that again. Some of you dudes have been coming to Cali, Colombia, coming to Colombia in general for years. You ain't never had a woman drive and pick you up. Not one. Not one. I'm not talking about Ubering. I'm talking about in her car, drove and said, we're going to hang out. You know why? Because you're trying to get with everybody under the age of 35 and under the age of 30. And most women under the age of 30 ain't got nothing yet. Just like in the States. Good question, brother. Shout to Stefano. Stefano says, hope I answered your question the long route. Thank you very much, guys, for subscribing to the channel. Thank you that 101 people in here click the like button because we already know.
Oprah coming next.
Shout to Vernon in the building. Shout to you, brother. What's up to you? As well as my man, Kenny. Shout out to you guys, brothers. He said, it's 10 p.m. What? Andre up late. Shout out to my man, Will, in the building. That's a passport king extraordinaire right there. Let's get that drop for Will.
Can't you see I got a passport? I got a passport. Hey, I got a passport.
That's Will. He always using this passport. He's at 7 p.m. in LA. Shout out to LA boys. Oh, yeah. Have you ever thought of pre-recorded lives for people on the East Coast time standard? I have. I really have. And one of the reasons I do the lives at the times that I do, because I try to think about the second shifters and the third shifters out there. I try to think about the truck drivers that are just listening. They take their phone, they just put it to the side, and they may not be watching the live stream, but they're listening. And I remember what it's like to be a third shifter and a second shifter listening in. A lot of you guys are the replay crew that's like, hey, I got to get up in the morning, make my money, Dre. I can't be out here this time of night. And some of you guys are just like, I'm going to tell you something. One of the reasons why I put the live stream at the time that I do at night, because some of you guys are just laying in your bed or on your couch with a beer, or you're just sitting back chilling, just winding down from your day, and you listen to Love Crossing Borders. Why? How do I know? That was me when I was on monk mode. Tailor Made Dreams would come on at night. I would come in from the gym, shower up, cook something, and I knew at night I could listen to Tailor Made Dream video, I Am Marwa video, and Ace Live video. And Ace wasn't doing live streams that much at that time period. So the only person that was really doing lives was Tailor Made Dream. And he was the first brother I ever saw with a drink in his hand. That's how I came out the term drink in hand from Tailor Made Dreams. His first channel, not the channel that y'all see now. His first channel he shut down. And then he decided to come back. And I was like, who is this brother talking crazy on YouTube with a drink? There's a brother with a drink in his hand on YouTube. He's drinking. He's actually drinking. And he would sit up there and just compare different experiences. And that was my late night YouTube. And so I know what it's like to say, you know, I'm not watching ABC, NBC, Fox anymore, CBS anymore. My football season is over. And my NBA team is trashed, my Pistons. Let me go ahead and listen to Andre at night. Love Crossing Borders. Let me listen to what Andre and Andre are talking about. Because that's how I was. And that's why I do the live streams the times that I do. It's a reason behind it. Because I haven't forgotten what it's like to just need that late night encouragement, not just during the daytime. You know, that's why I do it. And I try during the week, at least try to not to keep them as long. Like we're at 57 minutes right now. So we'll probably be another hour and a half with this one. He says fragrances by Joseph Abode. 3 of them, Black Line and Freighted Indigo. Let me write that down, brethren. He said, I got them from Men's. Shout out to Men's Warehouse. Boy, you give me a throwback. Men's Warehouse. Okay, cool. I need to slow down. I got about a good 10 fragrances coming in the mail right now. Yeah, I need to slow down for at least a few months. Come on, Dre. Slow it down. Yeah, I've got it. Yep. I've got one. Yeah, I got about a good 10 coming in the mail. Yeah, I got to slow down, Andre. Slow down. He said, I just got home from Bible study. Shout out to you, brother. Got my Bible right here. Got to keep my word with me. And Andre does Bible study twice a week. And we do church on Sunday at 11 o'clock. Come on, you got to have a woman with a spirit. You got to have somebody that's going to pray for you other than you. You know? He said, my first wife was 6 years older than me. So that's a rarity. Shout out to Charles. He said, my second wife was 10 years younger than me. Yeah, so there is a difference. Shout out to my man, No Excuse in the building. Make sure that you guys subscribe to my brother's channel. Good man right there. Good man right there. He said, my age range is 26 to 31. Yep. That's not a bad age range. Depending on what you're looking for. Like I said, if you're looking to establish family, or if you're looking, like I said, when I say establish family, in a lot of countries, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're about to jump the broom and get married. It just means somebody that you like, I'm down with her, she down with me. But at this age of life, remember, No Excuses is not my age. He's younger. But for all us dudes that are older, you know, you might want to push that number up just a little bit. Shout out to my man LJ in the building once again. He said they're really just there for the money, though. No, that's not true. Nope. That's the myth that have been sold to us, older men, about younger women. I'm going to just talk about some of the benefits. I'm glad that you said that. I'm going to repeat myself. For those men of confidence and direction, I'll give you a perfect example. My man Will, who I was just talking about, Mr. Passport himself. We all know that a part of what you'll be judged as a man is your ability to provide, protect, and problem solve. That's a given globally, historically. Provide, whether you could kill the wildebeest, or the saber-toothed tiger, the woolly mammoth, or provide financially in modern day world. Whether you can protect the family with a spear or protect the family with jujitsu, or protect the family with home security. Either way, men have been asked to protect and put our lives on the line for the family throughout human history. problem solve, the ability to lead while others in the family manage what you have led them to. Problem solvers have the ability to lead, focus on the solution while everybody else is focusing on the problem. Oh my God, da 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 da. Everybody else is panicking, and you come with the solution. You're expected to be like that as a man. Those three areas: provide, protect, problem solve. Same thing that older women look for from you, same thing that younger women look for from you. Provision is one thing that they look for. Yes, I agree. Monetary provision, social status, the provision of your experience of life as an older man, your wisdom, your direction. Yes. There's a lot more than just, if you think, I'm gonna say this in all sincerity, guys, if you really feel in your spirit, the only thing that you have to offer to younger women is money, you need to stop dealing with younger women. If you think I didn't say that you should not provide things, that'd be foolish. But if you treat it as if it's the number one thing that you provide a younger woman, you're making mistakes. Because somebody else with more money will come and take your younger woman. That's a given. Ask the ladies that's flying out to Dubai. They got boyfriends back home in the States. All it took was a dude in Dubai that says, I pay you $20, let me defecate on you. And these women are flying out, boyfriend or not. So your money don't mean nothing if that's all you're offering for the most part to a woman, no matter what age she is. You still have to have the ability, she still have to be able to say, I can see him as a protector, as a problem solver, as well as a provider. But if you think that you being a provider is the key to a younger woman, even if you're just hanging out and partying, let's put it like this. I'm trying to be nice about it. When I was single, I'll take your woman. I would take, you know how many, well, I tell guys oftentimes, the best thing that happened to the Passport Bros was Andre got married. Because if I was single when the Passport Bro movement really popped, boy, y'all would not be able, there'd be very few dudes that could keep up with me. You know how many boyfriends, millionaire boyfriends, millionaire wives I done ran through your woman? I say that again, Mr. Money Man. Mr. I'm balling, I buy her everything she wants. You know how many times I done gave your woman orgasms that you never gave? Oh, you got that pocket full. Guess who was paying for the hotel rooms we were going to? Guess who was making sure this boy toy was looking good? Guess who was paying me? You know how some of you dudes come to Colombia or Brazil or Thailand and you tell a little female, I want you to spend your vacation time with me. I know you got to work, but how much how much do you make, baby, a day? Well, I pay you double to miss work today. Yeah, a lot of you dudes do that when you come to Colombia. You tell the Colombian woman, miss her day of work, call in, and I'll pay you double. As if she couldn't get fired for just calling in. Well, guess who else used to do that to your boy in the States? You know how many times I called in to work because your little girlfriend who got your money would pay me double and triple not to go to work that day? This ain't something I'm just spewing out there to be talking. These are just every day when Andre was out there boy toying facts. When I was young, wild, and free. Don't you ever think as a man that your money is going to keep that coochie happy. Take it from a brother on the other side of your date. You took her out for a date to the best restaurant. She got a dessert to go. And guess who was the brother that smeared that dessert all over her body? Yep, that was me. When she said, just drop me off at home, I had a good time, and she gave you a kiss on the cheek. Oh yeah. Or when she gave you a kiss on the cheek or a nice little kiss and a hug as she jumped in her car, you better believe she called guys like men. Some of you guys in the comments, in the chat lives matter, you were just like me. Many of you guys were the guy that a female would smash after she left the date with the last dude who spent the money. Stop me when I'm lying. I know I ain't the only one that was out there that the female drove to my house and got her back blew out with the cheesecake from the cheese. She don't go to no cheesecake factory. Shh. Man, you know how much cheesecake stains I had to get clean out of my sheets? So all you dudes that think, all you older dudes that think, oh, and all they really want is money. Okay. You keep on believing that money gonna buy them love or happiness or satisfaction. There's gonna be some younger dudes that was just like I was, breaking y'all women back in South America that ain't got a pot to piss in or got less money than you because you think that money is the only thing that you need to provide and not the protection stage or the problem solving. You are expected as a man to provide all three to a woman, even if you're just dating. But if you just giving the provisions, oh yeah, y'all brother better be very happy Andre got married. I'd have ran through a lot of y'all women. Boy, you know how church folks say you better be happy I'm saved? Yeah. He said I'm 50. My range is 30, 35. Not bad. Foreign-born women only. Not bad. Not bad at all, Rick. Shout out to you, Mr. Scorpio. AI says in the building, he says, Ali E said, he say 57. He said, only look 57. He said, you need to push skincare. Hey, I'm going to tell you something, guys. I'm going to tell you something that I'm glad that I did. Just got my prostate exam. My annual prostate exam for all you brothers, especially black brothers that are just falling by the wayside because of prostate cancer. And we don't need to have this. This is preventable. Guys, make sure you get your prostate exam. It's not comfortable. I got you, bruh. It ain't comfortable standing there putting your elbows down. It ain't elbows down. It ain't comfortable putting your elbows down. I'm going to put it out there. All you elbows down, brothers, you know what I'm talking about. It's not comfortable, but it's needed. And when the doctor tells you, you know, at 57 years old, as a black man, you're good, Andre. You're about to have a good life. It feels good to know that I won't be a part of that list of men that have to worry, especially among us African-American men. So make sure that you schedule your prostate exam. I said we got a lot of ones in the comments in regards to let's do some cologne videos. Cool. Like I said, I got a bunch coming through, and I'm going to be reaching out to some of the top cologne YouTubers and start having them come on the show. Pathfinder in the building. He says, man, Pathfinder, man, is it just me? We ain't seen you in a while. What's going on, man? He said, shout out Andre. My dad told me once, take your age, divide it by 2, add 7, and that's it. And this should be the age of your wife. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's the same thing that the Nation of Islam was mentioned to Malcolm X. Take your age, divide it by 2, and add 7. So yeah, we'll do those colognes. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Stefano letting us know. Subscribe to the Patreon. I'm doing some great things over the next month on the Patreon, guys. And if you're trying to get into the WhatsApp group, make sure that you join the Patreon because I have the link there for guys to get into the WhatsApp group. We have over 150 people in there who are sharing all types of information on relocating and vacationing here in Colombia. So you don't have to feel like you're by yourself at all. Shout out to my man David. He let me know, and my man Dale. He said one of them cologne games stocked. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. He said, I met my wife on Columbia Cupid. See what I'm saying? When you're doing it the right way, you're not. The Bible says the eyes of a man is never full. The eyes of a man is never full. I live in a country full of beautiful women. And yes, every day when I walk out that door, I still be like, dang, ooh, wow, ooh, look, ooh, goodness gracious, girl. The eyes of a man is never full. I've got a gorgeous wife, and at the same time, I be looking at them, oh, goodness gracious. It ain't like I want them, but the eyes of a man is never full. It's the same thing when you're on Colombian Cupid. If you are not strategic before going on there, you will spend so many minutes and so many hours just scrolling through gorgeous women and not finding anything that you want. You're just looking at all these beautiful women. So be like my brother, be strategic. Shout out to you, brother. I'm gonna come to these super chats in a second. Shout out to my man Global. Shout out to you being the brother. The exec is in the building. He said, I met a really nice 40-year-old on Columbia Cupid. Yes. And you know what's so funny? I'm more prone to believe that than I am to when a guy say, I met a really nice 24-year-old on Columbia Cupid. She's 24. Okay, I can believe you. But when somebody says 40, I'm like, I can believe that even more. Do you think a 40-year-old is trying to get caught and go to jail because she scoped you? Okay. Do you think a woman that's 35 in Colombia is willing to go to jail because she scoped you? Now, do you think somebody that's 21 is stupid enough to go to jail for trying to scope you? Well, we just looked at that on Facebook, didn't we? Women over 35 ain't about to put their freedom at risk. But the ones that are still naive, I do it. Under 30 usually. We got Columbus, the Ohio players in the house. Shout out to you. Bro and the Go is in the building as well. He said, I usually use their Facebook and IG to verify if their story matches. Absolutely correct. The real person who they are will always be on Instagram or Facebook. If you do not see any family or any events or any awards that they won or any place that they travel to other than the States, nothing. You ain't no pictures on there of them going to the, to the coffee region. No picture of them graduating something or being at work, just laughing with a coworker. None of those pictures on Instagram and Facebook. Do not mess with her. He's absolutely correct. Facebook and IG tells it all. Tells it all. Oh yeah, no problem. Just don't let Andrea see it. Well, Colombians, man, they very sensitive about that spelling of their country. He said lots of women are. He said a lot of those trifling women are Venezuelan nationals. They just came over, survival women. They have no career. They have nothing to offer. They look good, but yeah. He said, so Dre, I'm confused. 1 minute you say dating younger women is better than older. On the other hand, women on dating apps are safer who are over the age of 35. No, I said that younger women are better if you are looking to establish a family. Such in my case, I'm a perfect example of a man that decided to be with a old soul, mature, established younger woman. Notice I said those things before I said the younger, because I'm looking to establish a family. So we could take, because I have a younger wife, we could take 4 or 5 years to solidify our marriage and her still be young enough for us to have 2 or 3 kids down the line. You see how I did that? But if you're not looking to establish a family, like I kid you not, if I weren't on family mode and I didn't want any kids in the future and I'm good, 9 times out of 10, my number would easily be between 35 to 42, 40, maybe 40, maybe 43, depending on how the person looked. If I have no family, if I have no futuristic plans and the reason why I say this is the reason why I say this in all sincerity, because let's be honest, a lot of us are going for the women that's under 20 because in foreign countries because they are hot to freaking death. Let's be real. Some of these 30, these women under 30 years old in many countries, including the States, are gorgeous as they want to be. But here's the benefit of being in South America. You can find that same level of gorgeous over 35. I know some hot dude. I see some older women that walked into the club, blew the young girls out the water. They was looking so good. I've seen that plenty of times on the dance floor. Plenty of times. Behind just as firm as 22. I got Colombian female friends, just colleagues down here. 31, 32. Fine. That own this or in school for that. That's the benefit of being in South America and having an older woman. The younger woman is for the family dynamic. Some of you dudes want to use the younger woman for the party dynamic, the party girl. I got you, no problem. I'm with you on that. Be who you want to be with. But what I'm talking about as far as safety and dating apps, I would not be on a dating app looking for somebody under the age of 35. I'll say that again. I would not. There is no dating app other than maybe Facebook and Instagram that I will be looking for somebody under the age of 35. And if I did look for somebody under the age of 35, I will be on Colombian Cupid and I will be using the advanced settings. Why? Because that person can be under the age of 35, but it lets me know she has a master's. Why? Because I check masters. She has a job. She works full time. Why? Because on the advanced setting, I clicked, does she work full time? She knows part English or fluent in English. Why? Because I check both of those boxes, partly English and fluent in English. She doesn't live with anybody. Why? Because I check a woman that lives on her own. She's between the height, because I like, me, other than Andre, I always like taller women. Some guys in the shorter women, I like the tall stallions. Well, I don't want to say stallions because a stallion is a male horse, but My Little Ponies. Why? I checked. It lets you choose the height. So 5'8" to 5'11". Gotcha. And it narrowed it down from 3,000 women to 20. Well, I don't need 3,000. I need 20 that fit the bill for me. Some of you dudes want to just run around for 4 or 5 years in Colombia and hope you find somebody. Nope. If I'm going to be on Colombian Cupid, let me narrow it down in a few seconds. Whoop, 20 women. Bam. And all of them hold 100% of the qualifications that I need in a woman. Why? Because I checked all the boxes in the advanced setting of Colombian Cupid. So I know exactly what this woman is about. That's why I said like I did. So you're right. He said, 1 minute you say dating younger women is better if it's for the family dynamic, if you're still looking to have children. Yes, it is. The other is an older woman if you're using dating apps for safety. Now, if you're out and about and you're just doing like I am, you know, you're a saber-toothed tiger and you just walking up to the women. Walk up to whoever you want to and get to know that person and so forth and so forth. Cool. But we're just talking about online. Online, I would get somebody younger if I'm looking to establish family dynamic. But if I'm not looking for that, I'm going older. Even if I'm looking for a party girl, me, if I'm online, man, I'm looking for somebody older, over 35. At least over 31. Why? Man, y'all go ahead and party with them young girls on Tinder if you want to. It's not, okay, when the last time we read a headline, like I just showed earlier, we read a headline that somebody went on Tinder, got scopolamine, got scopolamine, got deleted, they captured the woman, and she was over 35. Ever. Not one headline have we over the last 4 or 5 years that's been taken off. Not one headline was it an older chick that did it, was it? Okay, let's go the opposite. How many articles did we read when some crazy American or crazy European dude came to Colombia, got jealous, deleted the female that he was jealous from, stuffed her in a suitcase, and she was found a few days later, and then they found out it was an American dude that did it? How many women over 35 did that happen to? Over 33? None? Oh, none? Oh, we don't know none over 35 that got stuffed into a suitcase by a foreigner. Not one. You know why? Because stuff like that, older women don't put themselves in that position. Older women ain't gonna trust us as easily to where they'll let their guards down and let some crazy dude from the States come down, become ultra jealous, and they end up in a suitcase. It's always some young girl, ain't it? They end up in a suitcase, ain't it? Yep. Ain't never the young girl, is it? You know why? Because when you're in that younger age and when you're trying to date that younger age, those things could happen. But if you just bump, and that's the funny part. I'm not telling you guys to get with America's version or North America's version of 35, 40. Man, dude, we still ain't even hit the topic yet. I'm not saying get with what we see at 35 in the States. We already know in the States when most women hit 30, like I used to call them, umbrella girls. Why you call them umbrella girls? Because you know in the United States, in their 20s, they could be slim goodies. And as soon as they hit their 30s, like an umbrella, woof. Open up like an umbrella, wide as can be. How many of y'all have ever run across an ex and you don't recognize her? Wanda? Andre? Hey, Wanda. Andre, how you doing? You looking good. Hey, Wanda. You notice I didn't say Wanda look good. Hey, Wanda, how you been doing? I heard you got how many kids you got now? I got 4, and they're about to graduate from school, and they looking, yeah, you looking good. Yeah, all right, Wanda, I'm about to take it. Why don't you take my number, Andre? No, I'm with somebody. Who you with? My shadow. I'm with my shadow, okay? That's who I'm with. I'm with my shadow, Wanda. Umbrella women. Like I say, United States, they slim goodies like an umbrella in their 20s. Boy, when they hit them 30s, woof. And they just flare out like an umbrella. So I understand why you shell-shocked, fellers. I understand when we live in a country that 70% obesity rate among women. They've got an excuse for everything why they can't lose the weight. Thyroid problems, throat problems, eating problems. Instead of doing push-ups, they're doing forklifts, lifting a fork, spoon lifts. I got you. Understand, gentlemen, how it is in the United States. Might ride hard for a man. Might ride hard for a man to be with a woman in her 30s. And she's bitter. She's bitter because all the love that she didn't get in her 20s. And she got 3 baby daddies, and she's a little bit perturbed. I understand about the women in the States, but I'm not talking about women in the States, gentlemen. I'm not talking about 30 and 35 years old in the States. I understand why you shell shocked it and you won't be wanting to date that. Attitude. We saw 30s and 35s and 40s and 50s on Kevin Samuels. Day in, day out. Come on, guys. Can we be real? Half of them we wouldn't even dare try to date. Every once in a while, Kevin Samuels have a hot chick on there. You be like, I ain't going nowhere. I got to pee, and I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna watch this whole thing because Kevin finally got a cutie on there. Oh, it's just me that was on watching Kevin Samuels, and every once in a while when he had a cutie on there, you was like, okay, cool, she cute. Oh, I was the only one that was like that? I know I wasn't the only one that was like that. But most of the women that were over 30, 35 on Kevin Samuels, you like, ugh, no wonder you ain't married. And if they were cute, you be like, you got 3 baby daddies? Oh, you cute. I'll smash you, but you got 3 baby daddies. I can't be serious about you, girl. Don't act like I was the only one judging the women on Kevin Samuels. I had my own little judgment, like, oh, she's smashable, but 3 kids? I don't know about that. Making my judgment calls each night. He may not let us brothers, after a while, get on the phone with him and let the ladies talk, but we still was in the background judging, like, ugh. And she got a bonnet? What's my point in saying all this? I understand you guys being shell-shocked with women over 30, 35 in the States. We're not talking about the States. Some of the most attractive women that you will ever see in your life are women in other countries over the age of 30. Without all them headaches. And you know what the most headache that they usually give us as foreign men? You ready? Let's put it in Colombia. And I hear this one all the time. I don't date Colombian men no more. That's it. And then they tell you all the reasons why they don't date Colombian men, just like the same reason why American women mad at us. But that's the most headache that you gonna get. Well, I don't date Colombian men. I want me a foreign man. Okay, I got you. I understand. Same headaches that the Colombian men put you through, same headaches we put our women through. Got you. But they're not bitter about it. That's the other thing that makes us shell-shocked down here. You like, ooh, if I go to a 35-year-old Colombian chick, will she be shell-shocked and bitter and angry like the women in the States? Women in the States over 35, they still don't know how to be feminine. Women over 35 in Colombia, she know okay, let me cook, clean, keep myself up, be feminine, have sex appeal, be sexy, have sex. All those things. He said younger chicks in person. Yeah, oh yeah. In person. Without a doubt. That's how I look at it too, like that. That's a good point. Shout out to my man David in the building. He said, personally, I'd rather meet them in public. I'm like you, man. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm a hunter by nature. You gotta tell me no face to face, eye to eye. You gotta tell me yes. That's why this is why my motto is like this. That's why if I was single, I will only walk up to the woman that had the physical attractions that I like. I am not going to accept a yes, I will be with you from a woman that is half the beauty that I really want. If Andre, you know you're attracted to tall women, and you get a yes from a woman that's 5'3", Andre, you doing yourself a disservice. Because now all you're gonna be doing is be with this little short chick, and you looking at all these tall, lanky, tall, big booty chicks walking throughout Colombia. Don't do that. Now, Andrea is like 5'5", so she's a little taller than the average Colombiana. And she put on heels, she hit 5'7", 5'8", so we cool. And since she likes to wear heels, that's even better. But for some of you dudes, you'll take a yes from a woman with half the beauty and half the things that you're really looking for from a woman. I would rather take a no from a tall, sexy woman and then work my way down the line to get a yes from a tall, sexy woman. Yeah, I'm one of them. I have no problem with playing the law of ratio. Law of ratio says if you walk up on a certain or do a certain amount of things on average, you get a certain amount of results on average. I have no problem with going through 5. Oh no, I got a man, just to get to the one that says, oh, I ain't got no man. Here, you take my number down. And she got all the sex appeal and personality that I'm looking for. Some of you dudes just are too busy in a rush in Colombia. I'm here for 5 days and I need 55 women. Do it, bro. I ain't mad at you. But you won't get the results that us other brothers that walk up to women in general in the mall or walk up to them while they're at work or whatever it may be. You don't get our results. Why? Because you don't have fangs anymore. We're saber-toothed tigers. You don't have fangs anymore. You online all the time. You are not a saber-toothed tiger. That's like being a fisherman and you get all your fish from the grocery store. You got fishing pole, fishing line. You got all the bait you need in the trunk of the car. But yet every time it's time to go get some fish, you go to the grocery store. You ain't a fisherman. A lot of you guys could go online. That's cool. But don't think that you us. I'm going to say this again. All you guys that spend your time in every country going online, there is nothing wrong with that. I'll say it again. There is nothing wrong with that. But do not think that your method will get the same equivalent results that those of us who mostly walk up to women. Excuse me, miss. What's your name? Where you're from? Can I take you out tonight? To a movie, to a park. I'll have you home before it's dark. Gotta keep them skills, man. Gotta keep them fangs sharp, man. I'll take them no's. I have no problem with taking a no. No problem. Dudes, take a no, even in Spanish. That just gets you closer to the yes. But those of us with fangs, we know that, like lions, lions only get 20% of their hunts. I ain't got no problem with that. He said, don't meet younger women online, you're gonna get God. And that's the problem, the safety factor. Remember what we keep mentioning, it's the safety factor. You big dummy. Yeah, I need to get that drop. Shout out to my man Jay in the building. What's the page name? Hey Jay, let me know what you mean by the page name. Let me know what the page is. He said, wow, we have to watch them fix us drinks and fix us food. When you with the younger ones, I'm sorry. Hey, that comes. Hey, see, y'all want to be with the younger ones, but then y'all don't want what comes along with the territory. I hope I'm reading your statement right, Timothy. See, you want the young ones, but now you paranoid that she just put some in the food. Yeah, that's true. You got to have cameras. You got to bring you a camera that's like, it's a cologne, but it's a camera on the inside of it. You got to bring all that to your Airbnb. You got to get an Airbnb. They got security at the front desk. You got to make sure that you bribe the security, bringing in them some snacks and stuff. So if anything happens, they'll look out for you. You got to make sure that you hide all your items and lock everything up real good. How many of y'all had to do all that for a woman over 35 in Colombia? None of y'all? Oh, none of you dudes that have a mature woman over 31. Had you had to lock anything up for because of her? Okay, a woman over 35, did you have to worry about her making your drink? Not really? Now, what about the ones under 30? Yeah. I remember I was over my boys. This is my dog. And he had a baddie up in there, right? She was like a 6-footer, right? And she was being nice, cool sister. While he and I were out in the balcony talking, he said, "Baby, go make us some drinks." And she said, "Okay, I'll go make us some drinks. Make y'all some drinks." Man. And I never told him this story. This is my dude. I stood right up and pretended like I was going in the kitchen to wash my hands while she was making the drinks. I ain't washing my hands. I don't wash my hands, but I'm watching her make these drinks. Why? Why was I like that? Well, I don't just trust these young. I don't know her. I don't know if this young girl will knock both of us out. We both be scoped and she get us, both of us. We both wake up 9 hours later. Or only one of us wake up. I don't know her. Now, fortunately, she wasn't like that. But I wasn't going to gamble. I went in there and washed my hands and being cordial. And when she got ready to walk out with the drinks, I kind of like was walking behind her. All right. Here's your drink. I was like, "Oh, thank you very much. Thank you." And she gave him his drink and we sat back and we just talked and laughed and everything. That's my dude. Every time he comes down, real good dude. An older woman, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have even thought about having to get up. And a woman that's over like 31, 32, 35, 37, 41, I wouldn't even question that. I would have sat there at that table. I sat there on that balcony and kept on laughing with him as if she hadn't walked out the room. And she would have brought those drinks back and I'd have been guzzling drinks back and forth. Why? Because older women are not going to put themselves in jeopardy for some of the stuff that younger women are easily manipulated into putting themselves in jeopardy for. So yeah. I hope I'm on the right track of what you were saying, Timothy. I'm about to go to these super chats. Bro, Nagar, I'm gonna come back to you, brother. Shout out to my man Tevin and my boy, them Canadian boys at it again.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, "Oh, Canada."
Black Nubians in the building. Shout out to my man No Excuse also being in the building. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. He says, "Personally, I believe the biggest mistake older men make is getting younger women who think she's a 10. Yes, with her being young and immature about her looks, that is a good point. And I'm going to say it like that again. With her not only being young, meaning immature of life, but then she's immature about how she sees her looks. I'm a 10. You can't tell me nothing. I'm the diva. Poppy, pay me, Poppy. Yeah, that's a big thing that dudes make the mistake of. And they lead with their wallets in order to keep the chick that thinks she's a 10, and she convinces him that she's a 10. Can I tell you something about 10s in Colombia? They are replaceable. I have never seen a 10 in Colombia that could not be replaced. Man, I had one with green eyes and dimples and blah, 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 blah. And guess what? Somebody replaced her, because if she wasn't replaceable, somebody wouldn't have got rid of her, so you'd be able to meet her, huh? You would have never met her if she had a man, huh? So it had to be something about her that some dude said, I could replace her. Anytime you meet a single woman that's a 10 or thinks she's a 10, she's been replaced by somebody that thought, yeah. You ain't. You know how many 10s I've thrown away? So, come on, some of you guys are just like me. You know how many hot chicks I have thrown away from them getting on my last nerve or being immature or being shy. You know, dude, some of you guys in the put a 1. You know what? I'll be the first one. Put a 1 in the comment section. I'm scrolling to the bottom for a second. If you have thrown away attractive women that just worked your last nerve, where everybody else, I'm putting a 1 in the comment section right now, where everybody else know that, oh my goodness, dude, that woman's so fast. How'd you get rid of her? I'll be the first one to put a 1 in the comment section. If you have ever thrown away a hot chick that everybody else looked at you like you was crazy for throwing that hot chick away, and you were so happy for doing it. I know I have. I've thrown away many a hot chicks that worked my last nerve. Thank you, gentlemen. I know I ain't the only one. And everybody be looking at you like, this the part. It ain't just the throwing away the hot chick part. It's the part that your boys or your family members look at you like, why'd you get rid of her? Or your boys be like, man, you crazy, dog. She fine. Man, I drink her bath water. Or other people or her next dude treat her like she made of gold. And you be looking at her like, you found what you was looking for. Somebody just go kiss your butt, because I ain't gonna kiss your butt. And then and when you get rid of them, they still blowing up your phone, even if they got a new dude. Vernon said it best. They can be the worst women in the world. Shout out to up on cloud. That was my motto. They were not worth the headache. That's why I used to get rid of hot chicks. They were not worth the freak. While everybody else will only see the green eyes and the dimples and the small waistline and the big butt, I would know that this person was crazy or stupid or selfish or self-centered. They wouldn't know that. All they saw was that when we walk out, look at this sexy thing in your car. They don't know how many times I put her out the car for being stupid. Oh man, you know how many hot chicks I've had to throw away and never regretted. That's the other part. I have not thrown away one attractive woman that I regretted and wanted to get her back. Not a one. I threw them away and was happy at it. And whoever was the one that picked up that trash, you could have her. Why did I say this? There are attractive 10s and 9s and 8s in South America that's another man's trash. To where you land on a plane and you think she's the hottest thing there is. And another man says, man, I ain't no way in here. Hey, Raul, Juan, look at who's Maria with. The gringo. El gringo. Get rid of the ex-wife. Yeah. A lot of us divorced or went through a divorce with ex-wives that were attractive. My ex-wife was very attractive. And was no love lost. Was no, not realized. Was no hatred, no vitriol, nothing. We were cool. We're still cool. But no going back, no running back. Man, listen. There are men in Colombia that were like, I won't touch her again. Man, she fine, man. Dude, she got the dimple. She got the beauty mark right there. She got the little cat eyes. You don't want that? Nah, bruh. Nah. Like, I know Colombian, younger Colombian dude that I know that I'm real cool with. This dude collection of hot Colombian women is crazy. This dude don't mess with nothing but 8s, 9s. Run through them away like they nothing. He just a regular Colombian dude. He ain't like he a pretty boy. It ain't like he balling. He just a regular Colombian dude with a motorcycle. And he pulled out his phone one day. He said, Dre, this is my roster. And I'm talking about 8, 9, 10s, 8, 9s, 10s. And he said the same thing to all of us saying, they are not worth the headache. He said, every time I thought I could keep one, no, they are headaches and a half. Headaches and a half, man. Some of the biggest headaches I've had were from some of the most beautiful women I've ever been with. Goodness gracious, they were headaches. He said, personally, I know the biggest mistake older men, I think we already did this one. Who thinks she's a 10? Yep. These guys think these women are 10s. And remember, what you think is a 10 guy, another man will tell you, bruh, I'm telling you, she ain't a 10. Dr. Kenneth Augustus Walker of the Walker family. Shout out to you being here, brother. Let me give you that hand clap, that applause. He said the best site for meeting professional Colombian women like doctors, lawyers, teachers, etc. is Colombian Lady Premium site. Let's look that one up real quick so I can get that out to you guys. He said Colombian Lady Premium site. Colombian Lady Premium site. All right. All right, professional ladies. They've been involved in business for 22 years. Now, is this a premium site or is it a dating site? I mean, is it now is this a dating site or is it a site for like one of those meetup groups? Because this looks like one of those meetup group sites. I'm not talking about. I'm not even showing you guys. There we go. Let's get to it. He said, I went to their social event in Medellin, Sabado. Shout out to you, Doc. Now, I'm not a big fan of if you got to pay to go to a meetup group. I'm not a fan of that. But if it's like a regular dating site and you get a chance to meet the person, and the only reason why I say I'm not a fan of the meetup groups, because they always try to tax you on top of the tax, on top of this. You got to pay for a translator. You got to pay for this. You got to pay for that. If you want to meet a woman in another, you met somebody, but you want to meet them in another city. No, you got to meet the person in the city where they set you up with. See, I'm not a fan too much of those tours. And these are tours. But keep us posted on how things work out for you. Because these are the type of sites that we've talked about before. And I've had guys reach out to me that are in the middle of lawsuits with some of these type of sites. But this one could be a little different. So let me know how it works out, Doc. And let me know, guys, if you see something in this one that's a little different than what the other sites are like. But at least Doc let us know that there are some other options out there for gentlemen. Shout out to Doc. So I'll drop the link. You know me. I'll drop the link. I'll drop the link for you guys. There we go. Bam. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Thanks again for the $10 Cash App, kind sir. Fearless Podcast in the building. He said, you are an encyclopedia of information, Andre. Speaking of information, we're going to go off a beaten path for a split second, guys. For the next 5 minutes, we're just going to take 5 minutes to discuss tax season. Right now, we're going to talk about tax season in foreign countries. This applies to not only Colombia, but it also applies to tax season on a global basis, no matter where you are, guys. Because this is very important if you plan on living outside the States or if you're in the States. Now, let's scroll over here. Let's go right here. And remember, even though I'm going to be talking about Colombia, this applies to all around the world. So let's get started. When it comes to tax season, there are some things that we all need to know as expats. The essential guide to U.S. expat taxes in Colombia, but that could be any country. Who needs to file taxes? Here, let's look at who needs to file expat taxes. If you're a single person and you're in the United States, and if you're under the age of 65, you must file your U.S. income tax with at least, if you're making at least $12,950. If you're older than 65, it is if you're making $14,700. Anything other than that, you do not have to file your taxes. Anything over that, for under 65, $12,000, over 65, $14,700. You have to file your taxes. Now, filing married jointly for couples under is $25,000, almost $26,000, so forth and so forth. I'm going to drop this link also, guys. Married filing, as well as head of household filing. Your passport, for the new passport, is on the front page, line 4. You have to file taxes as a U.S. citizen. But you'll see where we're going to look at, you do not, for the most part, 98% of all expats don't have to pay taxes. Now, it gives you a breakdown of Colombia versus the United States tax. Colombia tax usually is between, the U.S. tax between 10 to 37%. Colombia's tax between 19 to 39%. There is no double taxation. So if you pay taxes in one country, there are benefits to where you don't have to pay taxes in the other country. And so you're going to get, there's capital gain tax discounts. I mean, not discounts, but breaks. You got deductibles allowed by the U.S. We're going to scroll down a little further. It gives you all the tax brackets. But these are the important information that I really want you guys to get. U.S. tax deadlines. The average U.S. taxpayer is April 15th. During the pandemic, it was like April 18th, but now it's back to April 15th. If you are a person that lives outside the United States, our tax date is the 15th of June. I'll say that again. We automatically get a 2-month extension. Automatic. You don't have to ask for it. It is what it is if you're an expat. You can ask for an extension that normal individuals can't ask for. You can ask for an extension to the deadline of October. Well, the average person can ask for an extension of October 15th, whether you're expat or not. But the one that the average person doesn't get is expats also can ask for not only October 15th, but also December 15th. So you automatically get the one for June, and you could ask for 2 more extensions almost to the next year of paying your taxes. let's talk about some of the benefits that you get. The first one is the one that makes over 98% of expats not owe taxes. This is the reason, this one right here is the reason why 98% of expats do not owe personal income taxes back to the government. The foreign earned income exclusion. It says it's a significant benefit to U.S. expats, allowing them to exclude up to this year 2023 2024 up to $120,000 of 2023 as of 2023 of their income earned in foreign countries from U.S. taxation. To qualify, expats must meet certain requirements, such as physical presence test. That means that you physically have been outside of the United States for 330 days within a calendar year, or the test of bona fide resident test, demonstrating that they have been living and working in a foreign country for a significant period. What does that mean? This foreign earned income exclusion means that as long as a person does not hit the $120,000 threshold, last year it was $112,000. It goes up every year, by the way. 2022 it was $108,000. 2020 it was $105,000. Now it's up to $220,000. As long as I don't, or any expat doesn't hit that $120,000 threshold, the first $120,000 that you make is literally tax-free. Tax-free. Now, there's a form that you fill out, but you literally get that wiped off. It's like, okay, the first $120,000 that you made, Andre, that's wiped off. Now, let's go by what you got over that. Let's say I made $150,000. That means I got $30,000 to focus on to see what other benefits or other breaks that I get. The next tax break that you get, that I get, and a lot of you guys that are expat get, is foreign housing exclusion. And what that is, the exclusion covers various housing costs, including rent, utilities, except for telephone charges, and certain insurance premiums, such as your medical insurance, your car insurance, and your renter's insurance for emergencies. That's tax deductible. So even though I got $30,000, remember I said in an example, if I made $150,000, the first $120,000 is tax-free automatic. Now I got $30,000 I need to focus on when it comes to, do I owe taxes on that? Well, the next thing is all my rent is tax-free. That's deductible. Utilities, deductible. Insurance premiums, deductible. Now, life insurance premiums, no. But as far as my vehicle and renter's insurance, that's deductible. The amount of the exclusion depends on the location. It can vary significantly based on the local cost of living. That's just number 2. Remember I said I got $30,000 that's still tax deductible. A big chunk of that has been deducted because when I put in my 12 months of paying rent here, all that's deductible. 120 is gone. Now a chunk of that 30,000, if I make 150,000, that's gone by way of rent. And another chunk is gone as far as to tax deductions because of my utilities. And another chunk is gone because of insurance. So let's see what else that I can be deducted on the and these are just regular forms that you fill out. This is why 98% of expats don't owe taxes. You file taxes, yes, we barely or rarely, if ever, owe taxes. You got to be making a significant amount of money in order to owe taxes. And 98% of expats aren't making $120,000 as it is. That's just wiped away on that. Now let's see what the next tax. It says the foreign tax credit is designed to prevent double taxation. What does that mean? Any taxes that I pay in Colombia, or some of you guys that pay taxes in Thailand, and I mean not just taxation for living there, I also mean if I purchase something in Colombia. If I purchase this monitor that I'm looking at in Colombia and there was taxation on it, I get a tax discount on my taxes in the States. I can't be taxed in the States for having the money and then taxed in Colombia. You can only be taxed in one country. Any taxes that I actually pay in Colombia, that's deducted from my stateside taxes as well. So once again, it says it's designed to prevent double taxation for Americans paying taxes in both U.S. and foreign countries. It offers a dollar-for-dollar credit against U.S. taxes for any income paid to a foreign government. So any money, by way of taxes, of course, that I pay to Colombia, that money is tax deducted from my taxes that I file in the United States. So let's say this year I paid taxes in Colombia, because this will be my first year having to pay taxes. I'm usually under the threshold, but because of what I put or shipped, the amount of money that I shipped to Colombia last year to my bank account, this will be my first year owing a certain amount of taxes to Colombia. That amount, let's say it's $400. Let's say it's $1,000 I owe Colombia. I know it's not going to be that much, but let's just say it's $1,000 I owe Colombia. That $1,000 is tax deducted against my U.S. taxes, so I don't get double taxation. I can't pay $1,000 to Colombia, then still owe $1,000 to the United States. That's what the foreign tax credit is for. This credit is particularly benefits for expats residing in countries with high tax rates, such as Colombia, as it can significantly reduce or even eliminate their U.S. tax bill. Now we're talking about those of you that got kids. You got the child tax credit. For you guys that got kids, you get that $1,500 per child tax credit. So you get that. Penalties for late and incorrect U.S. filing. So let's say, now I was on Reddit and I talked to somebody last night on Reddit about this. This person lived in Italy. They hadn't filed taxes in the United States for 20 years. Or let's say to the United States for 20 years. They filed back. See, I didn't know this either, and I just researched this. I didn't know that when they do an audit in the United States, they usually only go back only 6 years, unless in special cases. I didn't know that. They only go back about 6 years. So what I found this out through CPAs, that what CPAs do for people that hadn't paid, like in that person's 20 years, they have to file for 6 years. They have to file back 6 years. Even though as an expat, as I mentioned, you might not even owe anything in back taxes. You still have to file it. You still have to file it. And so these penalties, yes, these penalties that they're talking for are people that are over the 100, and basically will end up for people that are over the threshold of the $120,000. That is absolutely free. Now, whatever it is that's over, now you'll have penalties based on what that overage is. That's not covered by all those other deductions. The IRS is not hunting you down. They're not gonna hunt you down and then say, "We're gonna take your passports." It's extreme cases. I sat back and I watched Reddit. There were people, and this was the expat group, the tax expat group. There were people that hadn't filed taxes in 11 years, 15 years, 3 years, 12 years. And I mean, they wasn't sweating it. They were like, I get to it when I get to it. And all of them said when they did file taxes, it was smooth as cake. It wasn't like the IRS was hunting after them, because the IRS already knew most expats was going to was going to make under that $120,000 threshold, so they would be receiving. The IRS knew they weren't going to get any tax funds from them anyway, and so these people were just nonchalant about their taxes. And I can say this, there are over 9 million expats in the world from the United States. Almost 2 million of them live in Mexico. And I can say this, there is a very large pool of Americans that don't know that they have to file taxes as an expat. And they usually find out about year 4, year 5. Yeah, bro, you still got to file. What? And then they file, and there's no problem. There's no headache about it. It's not like in the States, we're coming after you. No, when you're expat, no. And these are the forms that you'll fill out. Or you'll have this. The reason why I'm going to give you the link to this, they are excellent. These are the people that I'm going to be using this year. CPAs for expats. For basic taxation, just for the basic package, is only $2.99 for them to do my taxes. And if you need to go back a few years, then right here, it's almost $1,250. If you have something like special investments and you own property, then you would do this package here. But guys like me, just regular guys, just $250 and they do your taxes. It's real. When you're an expat, your taxes are simple because you ain't gonna owe nothing really. I wish I could put it another way. There are so many tax breaks, and those few that I showed you, man, there's like 8 more tax breaks for you. Man, it's crazy the amount of tax breaks that you get when you don't live in the United States anymore. I'm gonna say that again. When you don't live in the States, bruh, it is crazy the amount of breaks that they got set up for you. I just showed you a few of them. That's why 98% of U.S. expats don't owe back taxes. We have to file taxes according to our passport. Passport line 4 says, hey, make sure y'all file y'all taxes. But most people don't read their passports, do they? And so that's why most people say, I didn't know. But they even have it set up to assist you even if you're a few years behind. Your FBR is the form. It's a form that takes 10 minutes to fill out. Let me pull that up for a second for you guys too. Let me see if they have FBR information here. FBR files. FBR right here, guys. This is important. FBR is your foreign bank account report. According to the federal government of the United States, one of the few countries that do this, if you have a foreign bank account, like I have my Colombian bank account, some of you got bank accounts in Thailand, some of you got bank accounts in DR, you have to tell what was in that bank account during the tax year for, from 2023, how much money you put in that bank account. And it's a 10-minute form that you fill out. It's real simple. Now, you can have professionals do it for you, but basically, It's a form that you fill out by yourself. It's super, super simple. Super simple. Takes 10 minutes to fill it out. But it is foreign bank account reporting. It's just United States being nosy. That's all. And people don't fill this one out. Like I said, 9 million okay. I give you a perfect example. There are 9 million expats outside the United States. In 2022 going to 2023, guess how many filed taxes? 1.7 million. Guess how many did their F-bar? Just about the same amount. A lot of expats just don't know all the stuff that I just told you. They just don't know. And when they find out, it's so many years down the line, they like, or they go ahead and file for 6 years and the government leaves them alone. It's not when you come back into the country, we gonna catch you. It's not set up like that. Just letting you guys know. Hope this was informative, and I'm going to drop this link for you brothers. But if you're a person that plans to live on outside the country, this is a really, really good. Oh, here it is, right here. They're putting the information right here. Remember, this information, even though I had it for Colombia, it's for all countries, and CPAs for expats help you out for any country. So don't feel like that it's just for Colombia. I'm just giving you the information because I live here, but they help you out with any country. So I'm about to drop this link for you, brethren. For you, brothers. Have a good night, Kings. Shout out to Kings of Dreams. Yeah, I'm trying to drop the gems that never get dropped to us. Man, I'm on Reddit, dude. It was so fun. I should have just kept the Reddit pulled up and let you guys read along with me. Or, you know what? If I could find that Reddit, I would even drop the link for you guys to have. Let me see if I can find it. Because you know you have the history. Okay, let's go back. Okay, here it is. It's the Reddit expat group. And a person is talking about having filed taxes in I'm going to drop it for you guys. I haven't filed taxes in 6 years. He's American living abroad. I haven't filed taxes in 6.5 years. What do I do? And everybody start giving their advice. And the one person said, he said I was in the same situation a few years back. This was the person that hadn't filed in 20 years. I had emailed them and talked to them last night. So I talked to them last night. He said, I employed a tax service, US-based accountability who specializes in expat filing. This was the one I just showed you guys, CPAs for expats. This is the company that they said that helped them out, because they were the one that sent me the link when I emailed them and I talked to them about what company they worked with. Because the company that I work with over the last few years were good, but I'm just trying to find better deals for this up and coming tax season. You say they enroll me in an amnesty program that required returns plus years the current. Now remember, I said this person hadn't filed in 20 years, and this expat service helped them just, hey, you just got to file for 6 years. We'll help you do that and walk them straight through it. And so then you start scrolling down and watching everybody's stories, and I'm telling you, it's the funniest thing, because people just like, man, listen. Let me see if I can find a good one. Oh man, I wish I could find a good one. The ones that I came across. One person, I paid an expat participation service to help me. Oh, another one is Expat Tax Online. That's another good service. It's another person said it's not worth the risk if you're overseas long term. Yeah, as you scroll down, you start to see more people talk about how they just didn't know. And a lot of people just didn't care. Just did not care. They're like, oh, well. It's the craziest thing. So I'm going to drop the link for you guys to be able to check this one out and just scroll down and read the messages on Reddit. Sharing knowledge. All right, let's go back to the super chats. So you're encyclopedia of information. Shout out to you once again. Fearless Podcast. Shout out to you. Make sure that you drop your link, brother, to your channel so brothers can follow you. Rain with the 199. Shout out to you, brother. He said, I was about to say I had fun. I was about to say the same thing with you, to you before I just read yours. Had fun with you, Dre. Awesome. Ha ha. Enjoyed. He said, I'm enjoying. Yes, sir. I'm glad that you're enjoying the live stream. And we did have fun when you were down here, brother. Shout out to you. We got a chance to hang out last weekend. Tevin King with the $10. He says, that dude that deleted that woman, put her in a suitcase from Canada. Yep. And is back home. Wow. DC Rob did a video on him being back home yesterday. Wow. Putting chicks in suitcases and back at the house. Wow. Thanks for letting me know, Ted. And thank you for the $10. My man Kings of Dreams once again. He said, big bro, talk that talk. I'm 39 and I'm very comfortable. He said, men stay crimson aware. Hunter Nation. Yes, sir. And my man Growth Talk. Kofe in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Support Black Male Media. Also, I got another complaint or another compliment on the Rave. The Rave Now cologne. It's officially my everyday cologne. Man, I'm telling you, that Rave Now. Let me show the guys that haven't seen it. Oh, I got it in the back. Let's see. I think I got it. Oh, it's way back there. Hold on for a second, guys. Goodness gracious, I didn't realize how much of a dent I put off in this Rave Now. I have put a dent in this. I know, hey, for you guys that own Rave Now, I know you guys are like me. You have put a dent in your Rave Now. Man, goodness gracious. For a guy that's got a lot of colognes, I think other than my Blue de Chanel, this is the biggest dent I have. Now, Rave Now is the Rave on the front. As you can see, it says Rave. And then on the back, it says Now. It is a pineapple scent cologne. It's not feminine at all. It is an extremely masculine scent. Every time you smell it, it's like the first time of growth. Tell me, is it me? Is every time you first smell it, it's like it's the first time you ever smelled it? This is the pineapple that used to be in Creed Aventus that they took out. Creed Aventus used to be super pineapple. Now it's since 2018. And so this one is a pineapple. And it's good. It's really good for $30, $25. You can beat it. Rave Now. Rave Now cologne. And a lot of you guys have gotten it, and a lot of you guys said it's a compliment getter. Women love this scent. I've got another pineapple cologne coming through in a few months. So we're going to compare that one to the Rave Now. So I got another one that's supposed to be like really just as pineapple as this one. But man, that Rave Now on the back. You get this one on Amazon. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm gonna put this on right now. I ain't gonna even play with it. Oh, who am I to lie to myself? Who am I to lie? Who am I to lie to myself? That smells so good. That smells so good. I ain't gonna even lie. That's one of my favorite scents, man. I won't even lie. For a cheapie, man, that smells good. He said, man, listen, I'm throwing away 10s, F that. Oh, F that. Yeah. Women that are 10s, yes, sir. I'll throw away many of them. Headaches. He said, man, I caught the stream late. Shout out to Cygnus. He said, I caught the stream late. Shout out to you on the cologne that you mentioned back called Rave Now. He said, smells very similar to Creed. Yes, best $20 ever spent. We got another Rave Now man in the building. I'm trying to get if I could, I would have all of us have Rave Now in our collection. I kid you not, it is so inexpensive, man, and it smells so good. It's long lasting. It's year round, so you can wear this, and because it's the pineapple scent, you can wear it, and it is that offbeat Creed. You can wear this during the summer. You can wear this in the winter, fall, spring, and then like I like to do to get my original Creed on. This is what I do. Let me take these earplugs out for a second. I just might not have to hear myself for a minute. I will take Rave and mix it with the Creed Aventus to get my pineapple back in there. Get the original Creed DNA, and to get my pineapple scent back in there, I'll put this on. Oh yeah. Because I'll let this dry for about a good 10-15 minutes, and I don't spray over my pineapple. So if I spray my pineapple or my Rave Now right here, I don't spray my Creed right there. I'll spray the Creed on the other side of the arm. So I'm not covering up another scent. So if I spray my Creed, spray my Rave right here, now I'm hitting the Creed behind the ears. And now I got the original DNA of the Creed. The pineapple, that smells good. And the Creed Aventus. Or I'll take the Creed Aventus clone, the Club de Nuit Intense, and I'll put these two together. Because I'm going to tell you something. I like this better than I like Aventus. And this is supposed to be the clone. But it's just something about this one. Yeah. And I think this one, because it has a little bit more pepper note. You know, Creed is not known for a pepper note in the Creed Aventus. This one, has a slight pepper note in it, kind of like African leather. If you guys ever smell African leather. This like $300 African leather. And so this one is this Nothing smells like this. This is a very strong, not, I don't want to say it's a strong scent, but it is you could tell it's a $300 bottle. Let me put it like that. And let me close some of these windows out. I got all these windows open. Let me close them out. We already did the tax, so I'm gonna close that tax one out too. And so, yeah, that Rave Now, even by itself, is excellent. But I do like that little pepper note that I get off in here that Aventus doesn't have, and so I'll blend it. I'll blend that Rave Now. But African Leather, it's his own animal. Kind of funny, it's an animal, but it's his own. And now they've got clones out of African Leather. One clone that's out for like $30 is African Leopard. That's out, and another one is African something that's out. And the bottles look just like this, but the original is African Leather by Mimo. That's the original. And like I said, it's $300, but it's one of those, like I said, I got this for Christmas when we went to Cuba. A couple years ago, I got this when we went to Cuba. And so I got this in Bogota on our way to Cuba. So make sure you guys spend that $20 on Rave Now. Shout out to Andre and Andrea, always sharing good information. Shout out to you, American Brazilian, for being in the building, brother. I appreciate you being here. Let me get this in order. And John Jacobs, Jamer Heimersmith, his name is my name too. Oh, you didn't think I was gonna get that, John Jacob, did you? Theo sent me here. Thanks for your knowledge. Thank you for being sent here by Theo. Shout out to my man Theo in the building. And Theo's classes and all that he's doing for all the dudes when it comes to IT. I'm going to try to get Theo on the show. But I know that he always stays super busy with you guys. Thank you very much for the $5. And once again, Kings of Dreams said good night to us all. Yep, Sex Panther. Was it Sex Panther? I think so. I think it was the other. Sex Panther was the other African Leather clone that's out there. And for what I'm hearing, the other clones are good, but they're not African Leather. I heard that they're not as, leather. They're not as they don't stand out as much as African Leather. He said every time, like the first time, he said, thank you. Every time you open this up, man, especially if you haven't opened it up in a couple days or a couple weeks, and you just get one whiff, and you be like, dang, that is good. That is a good cologne, bruh. Let's put it like this. Why this is not $300, I do not know. Am I lying, Kofe? And all you guys that have this already, Rave Now, why this is not at least $150, I do not know. Is this Latafa? I don't know who made this. And plus it's a parfum. That means that it is like the top notes. He says, I got a compliment later in the evening, like 6 o'clock, when I thought it had worn off. Literally put it on this morning for work. He said 40% of the time it works all the time. Yep. He said 40% of the time it works all the time. I kid you not, man. This is a really, really good cologne. That, yeah. He said, "What up, though, Dre?" He said, "I'm rocking the Sex Panther by OD." Let me look that up real quick. Sex Panther. Sex Panther cologne. Oh no, Sex Panther is different. I haven't seen this one. I did see this bottle the other day. Yep. Let me see if Sex Panther is a clone. Clean, fresh. I like how Amazon, he says, not made with bits of real panther. The Sex Panther from the movie Anchorman. Cedarwood, fresh notes, lavender. Yeah, this is different. What does Sex Panther smell like? Oh, it's his own. Okay, so it's not a clone. It's his own. Clean, fresh notes of Jupiter, fresh air, accord. Okay, cool. With lavender and sensual musk. I got that Black Phantom coming in by Killian too. I got that coming through. Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to check that Phantom out. He say, Dre, that cologne from the movie Anchorman. I saw that. Yep. I saw that. Bentley Intense is another great one. Why do I put the headphones back on? Wow. All right. You cannot go wrong with this excellent, classic, inexpensive. You can find it at Marshall's or Macy's or Target. Bentley for Men Intense. He is 100% correct. This is a boozy scent. It is it's excellent. I kid you not. That is good. For $30, bruh. This is one of my fun t-shirt scents. You know, I'm going out for some drinks with you guys. This is a hanging out with the boys scent. This is not a scent that I'm going to wear and I'm luring all the ladies. This is a scent this is when I'm getting off work. I'm about to get off work and I'm about to hang out with you guys after hour. This is just a good, manly, boozy scent. That's what this is. And it's so inexpensive. $30. You cannot beat Bentley for Men Intense. That's one of my top ones. That's one of my weekend signature scents. When I ain't want to do nothing. I'm just gonna hang out with you fellas, or I'm whatever. I'm just out and about. That's what I'm wearing. It is it projects, so it's not soft at all. Man, that's a good one. That's a good one, guys. Shout out to you, El Grim. As well as Up on the Clouds. Now my man Vernon in the building. He says, can you do a live on electronics? I will be an expat soon and need info on big screens, short through projectors, and surround sound for sports. I got surround sounds for sports and movies. And yeah, I could do that here in Colombia, because the only thing that's different here, and that's a good question, Vernon, and thanks for the $10 super chat. The only thing that's different is the import cost that makes electronics in Colombia more expensive. Even if you order them and have them sent in, the import cost is still going to show itself, going to rear its ugly head. So if you buy it from the store, or even if you buy it from Amazon, like when this camera was $1,000, and there was still an extra $200, not for the shipping, but for the tariff, the tax to bring it into the country. The soundboard, this was $500, but to bring it into the country, it was, or to allow it to come into the country, it was an extra $150. So anything that's electronic, even if you order it from Amazon, you're not going to get around, well, it costs so much in Colombia. Maybe if I order it directly from the country or the company, I'll get a discount. Yeah, it'll seem like it, but as soon as it gets to Colombian borders, they got their tariff tax. That's what eats you. That's what gets you. Perfect example. The light for Love Crossing Borders was $350, right? $360. Once it got to Bogota, the capital, once it came from where it was in Singapore and got it here, it was still another $35 that I had to pay when it got delivered to the front door. The import tax. That's the headache. Shout out to my man Chaos Rings in the building. Hey, Chaos, make sure that you drop your link so guys will know your channel, brother. Yeah, we do got to do another show. I like being on your show. So shout out to Chaos. Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, definitely drop the link to your show, brother. And we definitely need to do another one. But yeah, that's the one thing that actually I haven't gotten a chance to let you guys see the new studio. Let's see if I can pull that video up this time, because I said it last time, but I didn't get a chance to let you guys see it. Let's see if I have the new studio video right here. Nope. Okay, here we go. Let you guys see this. It's just a 1-minute video. I'm going to put it on pause so you guys get a chance to see what it looks like in here from my perspective. We got 75 people in the building. Click that like button. I like you. Make sure you like us too. Let me screen share. Let's go right here. Now what you guys are going to see is the new Love Crossing Borders studio. So let me blow that up and let you guys see it. And I push play. And so you guys don't get a chance to see what everything, we got the printer over there. And of course you guys see the colognes and everything. but we've got the tall lights now. And we've got the monitors. That's what I'm looking at right now. And you see we got that camera arm was $120 by itself, but it was well worth the investment. And now you guys get a chance to see the camera that I use, the Canon. Andrea did that painting. That's why the painting is on the wall. That's Andrea's painting. And as you can see, all the other colognes up top that you don't get a chance to see on a regular basis. And then the soundboard that you guys always hear. And then there's a 27-inch monitor that I have. And it swivels around. That's the one thing I do like, that the monitor swivels. And I'm glad that we got the Love Crossing Borders light that we wanted, the neon light that we wanted. Yeah. It's the same chair that we had last time in black. We just got it in white this time. Just want to change things up for the studio. So that's how everything is looking behind the scenes. So you guys see exactly what it looks like. Yep, that's exactly what we're looking at. So I have the monitor right here, and I have my laptop up here, up top. And you want to get all these things. When you do a YouTube studio, let's go back to it for a split second. I'm going to do some pauses, show you guys certain things. You'll get to a point as a content creator where there are certain things that you want to have. Like those arms right here. Let me bring this out a little bit. Like those arms right here for the camera, you want that. All these are mounted on poles. So let's fast forward to that part where everything is mounted. You see those poles? Let's pause it. These poles here, you see how I'm able to have my laptop right over the over the keyboard. I mean, not over the soundboard. All of it is on mounts. See that bar right there? That has it mounted. So I have both of these mounted. Nothing is touching the table except the arms. Same thing over there. This monitor is not touching the table at all. So I can swing it back and forth. I can stretch it out, everything that I need to do with that monitor. And also, which none of you guys have noticed, let's see if I can do that now. Let me show you guys something real quick. Stand up for a second. Move this back. And let's see if I can get this. This also moves up, so I can move it all the way up like I want to. So that moves up. So let's see where the camera is so you guys can see me. Let me move the camera upward towards me just a little bit more. Loosen that up. And I can move the camera upward towards me. So let's see how you guys see me now. Move that right there. And did I do something wrong? Give me a second. What did I just do? Now I can't see what I just did. Give me a second to straighten that up, what I just did. Let us see. Okay, there we go. So now you guys see me from this angle. because I can raise the desk up. So now I don't have to do a live stream just sitting down. I can actually raise the desk up to whatever level I want. And I can move the chair out of the way. So some live streams, you guys will see me and I'm just kind of standing up, and I might move this arm mount over because this is my first time standing up here. So I'll move this arm mount over to where guys will be able to see me a little bit closer or hear me a little bit closer. And I still got the sound effects right here. And I still have the monitors here. And I have no problem with everything being visual. So that's the cool part of being able to have this set up. And let me turn my mic up to make where you guys will be able to hear me even more clearly. And so I've got my keyboards right here, and I still have all these colognes sitting here on the table. So I wanted to get a table. Yeah, I can raise the table and stand up. So now it's because being in here for so many hours and sitting in a chair is not healthy for you. So I'll come and I'll do the standing mount to where I can stand up. Let's give myself an applause. To where now I can stand up and you guys can hear me clearly. I don't have to be up on the mic and I still sound clear. And it allows me to just be able to just relax and just, you know, I can stand back, I can stand out of the way, or I can get closer. So it's those little things. And the cool thing about this is this camera that you guys see, it has a tracking. So it actually, you guys don't see it, but I see the tracker. So it follows my face no matter where I go. So that's why sometimes when I put a cologne up, it takes a second for it to blur me out. So I got to put the cologne in front of my face, and then it'll focus on the cologne. And then it'll bring me back into view. But all of this, you can win with Bob Barker and these grand prizes. And we have the soft light and all those things. And we have the whiteboard with all the information. And so these are the things that you do, you know, after a few years of, if you're going to take YouTube and content creating serious, if you're going to take what you do as IT specialists. Some of you dudes are working with Theo, and you're going to be doing everything from Python to cybersecurity. You might want to think about getting a table to where you don't have to always sit down when you're doing your work, to where you can stand up. And so it's those little things that you might want to consider to invest in. That's why I say my guilty pleasure are colognes. But other than that, everything else, that if I spend something, most of it's going to go off into the channel. Most of the money that you guys will wonder what Andre spends their money on is investments for the future, and I buy stuff for the channel. So I'm very, very happy that I finally have the studio set up. It took 5 years to get here, from starting with a rinky-dink old cell phone in a corner with no microphones, and 5 years later we're able to acquire the studio that we've always wanted. And so it's those little things that I tell guys, just get started with YouTube. You don't have to have the fancy studio. You can start with no microphone and just a camera. I mean, with just a cell phone and no mic, and just start your content. Like I always say, be a YouTuber when nobody knows you yet. That's the best advice I could give any YouTuber. Be a content creator when nobody knows who you are yet. That is, you can make all your mistakes, all your flaws. Nobody knows who you are yet. You say you can have a face like Andre and be successful on YouTube. See what I'm talking about? You see this face. You can have this face and be successful on YouTube. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. And the cool part is when Andrea comes with her chair and we're sitting down, I'll make sure that I put the camera in a place to where the monitors aren't in the way, to where they swivel out and Andrea you guys be able to see Andrea, but yet the monitor is not right in her face. It's swiveled out to the side. All of these things that are always wanted for a YouTube studio, and we finally got it all set up, and it's just like we want to be set up. Just like we want to be set up. Let me put these colognes back real quick. Yeah, we really didn't get a chance to knock out as you can tell, there are a bunch of other colognes up here that you guys never get a chance to see. Such as the Cocktail Intense. This is the clone of Killian's Angel Share. And this is a 98% clone of Angel. I've got Angel Share. Man, this is just like Angel Share. Just like Angel Share for $35. That's Cocktail Intense. So yeah, a lot of these colognes you guys don't even get a chance to. Our first time showing you guys the second tier of colognes. Let's put that Bentley back. And let's get this one here. And I think this one goes. No. Yep, that one goes there. Okay, cool. So we got everything back. And now you guys got a chance to see how the studio looks when I decide that I want to stand up. And then of course I can lower the camera down a little bit more to where you guys be able to see the full sign of Love Crossing Borders, because I can push that arm out and it'll spread everything out to where you guys will be able to see the sign for Love Crossing Borders. So I'm still kind of like put together when it comes to the sign. Everything works by the remotes. So the lights work by the remote right here. So I've got the lights for that one. My key light. And I can make it like Angry Man Code. Like Angry Man and Theo Coop. The Theo Coop in the morning, which is the Do Better podcast. Or I can make it warm, which I've never seen a YouTuber do it warm, but or I could just make it white light. Or I could turn off the Love Crossing Borders sign, turn it back on. I could make it brighter, like super bright. Or I could make it 50%, or I usually keep it at 20%. And then with these tall lights that we have, I really like these. These lights are like, these are like 5.5, 6 foot poles. And so I could turn these to different colors from blue to purple to green, which you never see anybody with green, but I could turn it back to purple. You could tell the difference in how I look based on the color that's in the background. Or I could just turn them off. And so everything works by the keyboard, by the remotes. And so that's cool. And the last remote that I'm going to get is the remote for the camera. And I forgot to get that. And what reminded me of it today, I was watching Kevin Samuels' video, and he has the zoom in, zoom out remote for his camera. And I was like, man, I forgot to get my remote for the camera. So is those things that you do when you want your channel to have that professional look. And it's well worth the investment because you know you're going to be doing YouTube for a while. He's like, I could definitely use an arm like that for a camera. I'm going to pull that up for you real quick. Black Nubian, let me pull that up for you. I pull it up on my Amazon account and let you get it real quick, brother. And I'm going to be dropping into our description all the equipment and how much I probably have, which you won't need. Maybe we got our printer right here. And I'm using the for my Wi-Fi, I'm using the router, the portable router for our Wi-Fi. So that's what I'm using right now. And as you can tell, it says that there's one. You see that one? That one means that there's one thing connected to the wire, the Wi-Fi, which is my laptop. And so let me pull this up for you real quick. Let me go to Amazon. The smooth music tonight. We're sharing information with the brethren. And let me go to my orders. That arm, dude. I had to find that arm on YouTube, man. I couldn't find the arm that I was looking for. I needed a really strong arm for the camera. The one that I had been using for all these months, for these last year, bruh, I liked it, but I didn't trust it as much. I needed a real arm that could stretch out and be solid. This is solid metal. This arm that I use for this camera now, solid metal. And it man, it's nice. It's really nice. So let me pull that arm up for you. Give me a second. And I'll drop that link for you. There we go. And that is for the Amazon arm that I have, that I use for my, and I'll show it to you real quick. Let's pull that up so you'll see what it looks like. Once I found this, I was like, I found exactly what it took me. It took me about a year to find this arm. Let me get out of that right there. Take us over to, okay, let's take us over to Amazon where you guys can see what there we go. Bam, that's the arm that I just sent you the link for. And so you could, I mean, and I have the version, and I mean, this thing, it stretches out and it's solid. It pulls in. It is well worth it. Well worth it. You get all that. And it's solid with the camera. It doesn't feel like my camera's gonna drop. It doesn't feel like my camera's gonna fall down. And it does have like they're just showing, like you get it and it's broken down like that. And you just click, 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 and it just clicks. This man, it's solid. It's solid. Oh yeah, this is what I was looking at. Let me turn that down. This is great stuff live. Let's go back to the beginning. That's the exact one that I'm using right now. Yep, it works just like that. Yep. And you can move it. You can move it side to side in a circle around. Dude, it is amazing. The only thing about it.
For a way to mount one of my cameras on an arm.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, yeah. So I got this camera desk mount.
Let me turn my music down.
So trying it out today. It's from Terion, and it just comes in a few, what looks like 4 pieces. It doesn't look that complicated to set up. So this is the C clamp, as you can see there. So this is what is going to ultimately attach the that look like. Yeah, you can see we can pull that down there, and that clamp is coming out in place. So in this case, we're going to put it on this desk, which is actually pretty thick, but it looks like, from the looks of this piece, it comes down quite a bit. Although it is annoying they put it all the way at the top. So we'll work on that. There's also another piece in here. So this is, it looks like some sort of, oh, it's just an Allen key. So clearly we need to put a few things together. So we're gonna put that Allen key right there. It comes with a little bolt as well.
Oh, no problem, Dar.
And then we just have 2 more pieces here. So this is just the mount that the camera goes on. You can see how adjustable that is.
I'll drop the link one more time.
Piece. And then here is the camera arm. So you can see how it has 3 elbows that come together. We can loosen them, and we can kind of adjust them. Pretty cool.
Yep, it is. It's nice.
First piece in before we
and when I first saw it, it almost intimidated me for a split second. I was like, this thing looks, is this going to be complicated? Nope. Super easy.
So that's good. Now, once we have that on, so we can kind of construct our arm how we want. So I'm going to lock mine in place on an angle. Now, this is one of the arms that you are going to have to manually adjust when you want to move it around. So you will have to loosen these hinges. But on the good part, this does seem very, very sturdy. So we're going to, I think this should basically just screw into place like so. This is very well built. And then this piece will rotate as much as you want, but it's these arms that stay very, very sturdy. So last part, I don't have it completely together, but very, very close. You're going to add your little mount here for your camera.
Little camera mount.
There we go. And now you can see with this part, you can easily adjust your camera and then tighten it when you're ready. So we can always tighten it there. And then you just take your camera, we put it on our mount right here, and we can lock it into place using this. And now look at how easy that is. If you want to have your camera for an over-the-top shot with your hands, very easy with this arm. If you want to adjust it or move it, if you want it to face, more in an upward position, look how we can move this. And we can completely adjust it. We can adjust this arm as well, right, to get it more in a flat position, or we can move it all the way down if we want. We can put it closer in more of a downward arm position. So the customization on this, really, really easy and really simple, very well constructed. The bottom clamp, amazing. So honestly, I think if you need a camera arm, this is probably one of the ones you should be looking at.
And the cool part about the one that he got was not the one that I have. He's got the one with that long arm with those 2 long bars.
What's going on, guys?
I didn't get that
and
one.
Today I wanted to do a video review.
Let me
for the Terry-on.
go out of here. Mine is more like this. So if I didn't want to connect this, let me put it like this. You don't have to connect these 2 right here. So you don't have to have it as high as he had it. That's what I liked about how they work. So mine has 1, 2, 3. Yeah, mine is a little different from his, but just a little. And I tell you, man, it's well worth it. Oh, they're on sale. Okay, let's see how much. Oh, they're on sale for $59. I thought I said I paid $100 for it, but they're on sale for $59. Free delivery to the States. And here's another example of them. They work really good, man. I kid you not. Really, really good mount. And it's inexpensive. Yes, it's well worth it. When it comes to your camera mount, especially if you got a $1,000 camera, you do not want to have a $15 camera mount. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you right now, you do not want to spend $15 on your camera mount when you know that something could happen to that camera, a $1,000 camera falling because you took and bought a $15 or $20 camera mount. No, go ahead, spend that $60 and get you a real solid camera mount like the link I've been dropping over the last few minutes. I'm telling you, man, it is well worth having a piece of this camera mount. Let me put it like this. It has given me more peace than I've had in 2 years. Why? Because the other camera mount I had was good. But I'm telling you, I've never trusted it. Even though it's never given me any issues at all. You just feel like one day I'm going to come in here and my $1,000 camera is going to be on the floor to be used no more. And to now have a solid steel camera that twists and turns to any angle that I want is not limited in the turns. It's like an elbow. It turns in any direction that you want. That's the cool part about it. I can have it pointed straight to the top right here, aiming down at me while I'm standing up, or I could bring it all the way down to where I have it now. Or I could bring it up a little bit more to where it's sitting in front of me, and then you can really see the love crossing borders, and I'm still standing up, and I probably end up doing that, you know, in the future when I'm doing live streams. If I'm standing up, I'll just bring the camera up a little bit, and it'll face my eyes directly, just like it did when I was sitting down. That's the cool part about it. That is the cool part about it. Oh, yeah. And that arm is solid. Solid. Great, great investment, especially for you guys in the States. Free shipping. Can't go wrong with that. All right, guys. We've been on this live stream for 3 hours. I'm about to let you guys go. We didn't even get to the topic. And yet we did get to the topic because we did get a chance to talk about younger, older relationships. So we're going to really hit it probably again this Friday. And we're going to be doing a live stream this Saturday. But shout out to all you guys that gave to the super chats. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody on the cash apps. Make sure I didn't make that mistake, Mr. Spence. Shout out to Bitcoin for all the money it's been giving me. And shout out to you guys for all the advice that you guys have been hearing me out. And shout out to my man Tevin in the building, Tevin Brown, who always provides and supports the channel with the $10 super chat. I mean, $10 cash app. Shout out to you, brother. I appreciate you guys. We had a great show. We had fun tonight. We had fun tonight. My man Uriah's in the building. Shout out to you. All right, guys. So I'll be continued, you know, throughout the weeks and the months, sharing more information on how you can get some of this stuff. Oh, real quick, guys, let's do the monitor. If you guys want to, we can also do the monitor. I can share with you what monitor I'm using now, since we already have Amazon up. Let me pull the monitor up. So if you guys go, some of you guys are still here. If you want to do the monitor, because I see there's only 59 people here. So if you want to do the monitor, I could do the monitor real quick. What monitor I'm using, and it is well worth the investment as well. So let me pull up that monitor and get the link for you guys. And it's a 24-inch monitor. Very good. No complaints. No complaints at all. And now, he said, I'd rather see the icebreaker. I'm going to give you the icebreaker right after we do this real quick. I got you with the icebreaker. We'll do the monitor Friday. How about we do that? Let's do the icebreaker. That was a good idea. I can't lie.